think somebody with a fat ass used to be family.
Hey, and we back.
Yes, sir.
It's your boy Champ.
It's your boy Lefty.
It's your boy G. He over here.
Hold on, man.
He over here flipping the mic. He over here flipping the mic.
About the heavy machinery out.
Hey, he want to do it again. It's your boy G. Oh, that's that gun that they was shooting in
Sinners?
Harlem Nights.
Oh, stupid.
That shit. You know when they do that little.
Yeah.
Hey, as you see, we done switched it up a little bit. We done
Absolutely.
kept y'all on your toes, mixed it up, man. Because we got a very special guest. Hey, this is a dope-ass guest. I ain't gonna hold you, bro.
Facts.
It's a lot of patriot blood in this motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? Pride, you know what I'm saying?
true,
It's
bro.
5 generations right now.
Yeah.
Hey,
That's crazy.
it's crazy.
Yeah.
We got the artist.
That's wild. Yeah.
We got the coach.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man.
We got the hero.
Yeah, man.
We got the juice man.
Yeah.
Y'all know about that. Hey, we got town legend Trayce Chapman in the building.
What's the deal, bros?
Let's get it.
This is dope. I'm excited.
Appreciate you for coming.
I'm excited. Yeah, man.
This is the
get it.
dope one, man.
Yeah, this is
Let's
dope.
get it.
I'm super excited, bro. Thanks for having me, man. This is just normal conversation. It just happens to be microphones and cameras, but like
Right.
these is the bros, man.
Absolutely.
So this is gonna be easy and natural, bro. I'm excited, man. Thank y'all for having me,
do it.
bro.
Man, thank you for coming. I know how shit be. We all grown and
Yeah,
shit.
thanks for coming, man.
Absolutely.
Thanks for putting, a little bit of time for us. We know you're a busy man.
busy.
Yeah, bro. Too busy, man. Just came right from my Pirates practice, man. Shout out them 10U Pirates, man. Watch them.
10U Pirates, man. Let's get into it right there. We called you a coach, man.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
We know you're an artist. We're going to get into that in a second. That's why you here. But
Yup.
you just said you came from coaching. Mm-hmm. You know?
Yeah, nah, it's dope, bro. It's dope. So my son is 10, bro. I've been coaching my son since he was, I think 4 or 5.
Okay.
So first
cool.
couple of years, I was just kind of helping hand.
For sure.
Then it got to me calling plays, like when I got to the Pirates at Flag, so this is my 4th year with the Pirates. I started out calling plays, got the head coaching gig, man, and we had a lot of success, bro, like right off the top, which typically speaking, when you go from flag to tackle, there's a rough transition, bro, because it's physicality involved. And
Yeah,
when you mess up in flag, like the repercussion ain't somebody smacking you in your ear hole.
Yeah.
So the tackle football dynamic is different. But
Yeah.
we had success, bro, in year 1, and we went undefeated, and we got to play our state title game up at Colorado State University, bro.
Okay.
Nice.
So
that
dope.
stadium was
Yeah, that's
cold.
big right there.
So dope, bro, to see
That's
my
big for us too. You know,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
exactly.
Yeah.
Double rim, so that's hard.
Yeah, man. So
tight.
that was year 1. Year 2, we made it back to the Super Bowl, lost to the Falcons, man. Parkhill Falcons. It's looking like it's a rivalry brewing, man. They got a really
that'd be good.
they got a great
Yeah.
10U
That's good for the
team.
city.
That's good
It
for the
is, it
city.
is.
That's good for the
That's
city.
good for the city, bro. And so it's a good sports rivalry too. You got to be careful with some of that stuff, bro, because I'm really from Parkhill in real life, and I don't like promoting kids hating each other,
Yeah.
right, over a sport. And so I like to be very careful about the fact that it's a sports rivalry, but we want to get at their heads. That
Yeah,
being said, you know what I'm
absolutely.
saying? So yeah.
But was it like that though growing up though? I mean, let's speak on it. The album is 92, right? So let's go back a little bit.
Yeah.
Who'd you play for growing up?
So you know what's crazy? You're gonna put me on the spot, bro. I play for the Disciples.
Okay.
I play for so that's literally like, if you're from the city, like that's more like East Side territory.
Yeah, but everybody like it was a lot of Park Hill people.
Oh
playing
yeah,
with it.
yes.
And I ain't play football, but I just know
Same.
it's
But you know the
connected.
names.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I was
You there
never
on Saturday morning.
Yeah, I wasn't nice though. I wasn't even confident like that in Little League. I played for the Disciples for a year in 8th grade.
Okay.
Wasn't confident. Wasn't moving with any confidence on the field. Didn't really know the game like that. And I had a cup of coffee with the Parkhill Falcons. Ironically enough.
Okay.
So
And
yeah.
then
Yeah, I played for Prince Hall.
Oh man.
I think
You already know.
Yeah.
You already
man.
we're on the other, we East Side too. We consider ourselves East Side too.
100%.
And we and going into that like kind of rivalry, we didn't mess with the Disciples either.
Yeah.
Like we was like, nah, we ain't messing with them. But it was more of, we like when it come down to the East Side stuff. Oh yeah, we East Side, we representing,
Correct.
But like
Correct.
at the same time, like like anything else, sports,
Right.
Like we ain't messing with
We
y'all,
wanna beat y'all,
But we would try to recruit each other. It was all in fun, but going a little forward, like obviously. Our real rivalry wasn't the Disciples; it was more the Pirates because they were the ones like that actually were beating us. Like we beat the Disciples more of the time, unfortunately, but for the Disciples, but the Pirates were the ones that we would like struggle with. Cam, Dyrell, Alfonso.
Cam is on my staff right now. Shout out Coach Cam. Cam is on my staff.
Cam Brown,
Cam.
The Luke.
Yep.
Jave. There's the list goes on. Sorry if I didn't name y'all. You know,
There's a lot. There's a lot.
But the one that kind of sticks out is Alfonso, man. Alfonso Moore, bro, like would literally not tackle us. He would literally push us. I've never seen bro. He would push us into the dirt, bro. And I would rather him tackle me. I'd rather them tackle me than put. He would, bro. He was the worst, bro.
Just a strong.
You know, I don't know if you know Alfonso. He's a strong, he's a strong cock diesel guy. So he would at that age, he was just pushing us, bro. That's so that was like one of the memories. But I did get one title off y'all, so I'm happy with that one. Y'all won a lot. Yeah. Cam, when he looks at this, he's gonna be laughing and smiling because he got me. And then it continued in high school. Like he beat me. He was at Manual. I was at TJ. He beat me in Manual. So Cam's kind of got my little.
You was at TJ? G?
Yeah, I was at TJ.
That's
my
where
first
started
year.
off. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I was at TJ.
I had no idea, bro.
And we knew we was gonna beat the Manual. Cam had a good game,
Yeah.
That's
so,
funny.
Shout out to Cam, man. He's always been like it's funny because we've always been rivals.
Yeah.
And then, we went to UNC and then actually became roommates and boys. After
Word.
that.
I had no idea none of that, G. That's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Finding out some new info.
Finding out some new info. Cam
man.
bounces around. He knows a lot about ball.
Yeah.
So last year he helped call the plays, or he called the plays. This year he bounced the defense. So he's super useful and like a Swiss Army knife, bro, on our staff.
Got
bro.
a
gotta have one of those.
son too.
Yeah, Baby Cam, man. Shout out Baby
Cam.
Cam. That's one of our linebackers. Baby Cam, yup.
So y'all got, and then Lil Ronnie.
Lil Ronnie, yeah.
Yeah. So they're not on my age group though.
Oh, so Cam's actually on your age group.
Yes,
I
Baby
didn't know
Cam.
that.
Like
Okay,
Cam
cool.
is a coach on my staff, and Baby Cam is on my team. Like we got a championship with Baby Cam
nice.
and Big Cam.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
Nice.
speaking of it, you sound passionate, bro. When you talk about the coaching right now in this atmosphere, you sounding passionate. How is it coaching for your community? You come from Parkhill.
Yeah, that's
Bro,
Speaking
that shit is
You coaching where you walked. You know what I'm saying?
And honestly, how did it, like what he was saying, but how did it even like happen? Like how did you did you have to
Was a
do a
match,
process
right?
of
Yeah,
head
for
sure.
coaching or how did
Yeah.
that process go?
bro, it's major, bro. Getting to do that in like my neighborhood. Like it's major. And sometimes you don't realize what it is when you in it. Cause you're like it's stressful, especially when your team
shit is stressful, bro.
is blessed enough to be successful, bro. It's a lot of stress to come with it. You don't always get to smell the roses, but really sitting back thinking like, man, like I definitely grew up in these same streets, running through these same streets. It's amazing, bro. It's amazing. It's something I'm really in year 3 taking on. Like, damn, this is like major. It's big. You know, I'm a volunteer. We don't always refer to ourselves as that as coaches. Like, I'm just Coach Trayce. Like, but now, like, bro, I'm a volunteer for real. As far as how it came about, I was under a couple of different coaches. Again, I only got to the Pirates 4 years ago. So I was under coaches who were already there when I got there. But the head coach of the team I was on at 7U wasn't going to go up and coach tackle, which left a vacancy for tackle. And I was the one who called the plays on that flag team. So we have coaches meetings and they were like, bro, like, why would we go look for somebody new? And like, you already have been around these boys.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yep.
Absolutely.
And you've been calling the plays with them. So I got handed it. And bro, I didn't know how to handle it for real. We had success. Like we won it all. Like literally in my first year doing it. But bro, it was crazy. And I feel like I'm just now getting in control of that. So I got handed it by my man Lance, who is, with the org and leadership roles and things like that. Feel like it's a great gift I got given by my guy. And didn't know it at the time. But it was just a meeting, and they're like, yeah, bro, like, well, you the head coach, so.
I feel like that's how things happen sometimes, right? Just
Perfect timing.
Absolutely. I wanted to ask, coaching your son, how was that? Because my pops coached me, and that was different. Like, I felt we kind of had those head-to-head battles where, it's like, oh, well, you don't even know how to teach me math. I remember saying that.
Car ride is crazy.
Just wild stuff. So how is it coaching your son?
Bro, it's unique. It's a unique experience. Yeah. My mom gets mad at me, bro, because she thinks that I go too far to prove that I'm not showing favoritism to my son, which then is kind of a double negative because then I'm not showing him the love he should be getting shown because I'm so damn worried about what folks are thinking about me.
That's a lot.
And that's not fair. I had to peep that I was doing that to him. Like, I had to peep. Like, that's just not cool. Like, my son will beating dogs some shit at practice, and I feel weird about congratulating him. So I had to stop doing that, and I start showing my son love. That being said, bro, like, I feel like I'm tough nosed. Like, when I see something I don't like or y'all aren't following the teachings or you're not paying attention, I'm on everybody's ass. And so me and my son have a good relationship because I'm even across the board, bro. Everybody down to, like, we have some talent on this team, y'all, like some guys like that could go play on Sundays. And when they mess up, you got to go hit the tree too. You got to give me my up downs too. So my son and I's dynamic in that regard is great because he sees like, oh, and you're just crazy in general, like with everybody. I feel like
me. I feel like sometimes not showing favoritism, even though you know somebody might be superior, just helps them mature, right? Just helps the whole team. Like, okay. Now we can, be like him too. So
it's a process too.
Absolutely,
like it's a process.
Yeah,
I had to get about that process when I coached my son.
That
shit was rough.
Yeah,
it's rough as hell. But like you said though, I didn't like the dynamic of what I was becoming. Yeah, and then try not to be, extra. Like, and then, but like by the season, I'm giving him hella love.
Yeah,
fuck this shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's dope as hell. And again, here you giving back to your community. It's a volunteer. It's not just
we that was not get paid, bro. Like it's volunteer work, bro.
Good time.
Sure.
Absolutely.
Let's get into the album then. So how does coaching? You talked about it when you came up. You said, "Damn, it's back to back to back to back." We came in here. We said, we all kind of busy. How is it for you as a coach, as an artist, working? Like, you know what I'm saying? And then a father, right? That's a job as well, too. How does that help you musically? Not like hurt you. How does that help you?
Bro, you have to be on point, champ. You have to be on point, bro. It's how it helps.
Yeah.
There is, like, if you want to be able to do both at a high level, either you're on point or you're not. I'll rewind the clock back to yesterday. I went and did a on-the-spot studio session with the homie where I'd write my verse on the spot, and he records me on camera, and I'm recording on the mic. But I also wanted to shoot content after that. But I also have my daughter who's 5. Bro, at one point, dog, I'm walking out of my apartment building. I got 3-4 outfits in one hand. I got like my speaker in another hand. And then my daughter is looking at me and just standing still in the street because she doesn't feel like moving. So now I have to go pick her up.
As 5-year-olds do, right?
Like, literally, I got in the car. I'm like, that's kind of a microcosm of like what all this shit is. Yeah. Like, you literally have everything going on. Like, you fumbling clothes. I'm also up against the clock. I only had an hour to go do what I was going to do. So I'm thinking with that in mind too. I'm thinking with my daughter in mind too.
Absolutely.
So it makes you have to be on point, bro. Just like coaching, like there is 32 kids that I coach, which means on the low end, that's 64 parents that I deal with, right? At minimum. You have to have answers when people ask, what's the plan for my kid, Trayce? Right now on the spot, tell me, what's the plan? Not just for this season. What's your plan developmentally to get him ready for high school?
Which is a good
And
question.
what is the answer to that question? Like, having to be ready and on my toes like that in coaching really helped a ton in music, bro. And having tough conversations. That's where I'm most thankful for coaching.
For sure.
Because sometimes you just got to tell folks the truth, and it ain't going to be what you like. Especially on a team like mine where you got 32 dogs. Sorry, like if you're a new person coming to my team and your kid was a superstar wherever they was at, that might look different here. And are you okay with that? Yeah. I was not cool having them type of conversations on me before I start coaching. I wasn't, but this shit makes you get into that mode. It does,
absolutely.
Bro. Which then helped in music and other things too. Like it just did. It bled over, bro.
That's what's up, bro.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Makes perfect sense too.
Yep.
It sounds like it with these new tracks, man.
Thank you, gang.
He sent us a quick bundle. You know what I'm saying? Not the whole thing,
pack.
but a little quick.
Yeah.
It reminded me of them nothing bundt cakes. You know what I'm saying? Have you seen them small ass ones?
They just reopened it.
Yeah.
In
Aurora. I drove past the gang like, what? Yes.
Yes, you want some more? You
Perfect
feel me?
for birthday.
It's cool, but it's like, damn, I'm gonna go get back and give me another one.
Yeah.
But the tracks is sounding hard. I was telling the homies, one of mine was George Gervin. You know what I'm saying?
Clean.
Speaking of how we get down, you feel me?
Yeah.
Sports, and it was smooth as fuck. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Some
How you get down, period. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that record.
Yeah.
I love George Gervin. That shit was tight.
Who musically like inspirations? Who? Because we were kind of talking, hearing some Russ, some Wale, some J. Cole, kind of
I hear a little. I was hearing a little J. Cole, but
smooth bars,
Yeah, bro.
effortless.
what?
That's
Kind of walking on if that makes sense.
Yeah, it's always so interesting when people ask me this question, bro, because I feel like who I most sound like now might not be my influence when I first started
makes
this,
sense.
bro. I
Maturation.
thought I was
Absolutely.
Wiz, bro.
Huh?
Like I was
really?
wearing Chucks in the 501s. I was in college and stuff. I never had the blonde patch, though. I didn't do that. But I thought that
I ain't mad.
Wiz, Currency,
Okay.
like
I can see that.
Dom Kennedy maybe, but definitely like a Wiz and a Currency is like early on. Damn, that makes me want to do that for a job. Now, as far as sounds, when I heard a nigga that I'm like, yo, I want to sound like that. Yes, it's your J. Cole's. Honestly, niggas show Kid Cudi's too. I like that kind of stuff too.
Melodic, just
Kanye. You
course,
know, guys like that.
I was listening to it. I'm like, oh man, like his beats are nice, but it sounds like you're more of like a actual like lyricist. You know, like they're like you don't like we get the rap that's just like rapping.
It's
You know,
vibe.
like,
It's vibe rapping,
beat
bro.
the song.
Yeah, the beats
Yeah.
of the song and everything, but like I'm like hearing like words and like I'm like, oh man, like
I see exactly what you're saying. You listening to it, it's like this sound like some smooth ass shit.
Yeah.
But then when you hear what he's saying, it don't sound like. But it's tight as fuck.
yeah,
It don't
it's
sound like damn.
I was
Hold
like,
on.
oh, he's actually rapping on here.
Hold on. Let me
And
run that shit
and
back
honestly,
one more
it's
time.
kind of
Yeah, exactly.
It's still
isn't it
vibey,
kind
though.
of weird to say that though? Like nowadays you don't hear a lot of like people just like rapping on it, like
on some
but
smooth shit
it
though.
was like honestly my favorite little sneak peek was Juice. Cause that's that's kind of
And that's your
I don't
shit,
know,
too.
it's got more of my vibe, you know.
That's
like,
your shit though.
I was like, man, it sounds
Call
like
everybody
I
Juice.
forgot I
oh.
said that. I forgot. I did send Juice.
Yeah, that one's hard, bro.
Bro, we were supposed to get Lil Russell on Juice.
I can see. Okay, that
So
makes.
that's
okay.
why I made the song
That makes
originally,
sense.
gang.
Bro, that
would be.
Me and my producer, Age, shout out my bro, Age. Age doesn't even make beats like that. So we gonna brag on Age real quick.
Okay.
Age can make every type of beat you need him to, but he's never, for me, made a beat like Juice. And it's so funny. Like, Age usually produces my heavy, heartfelt, lyrical type beats, but he didn't for this album. He produced like my fun stuff, like Juice. That's dope. I think Juice is gonna go up.
That
I
to
do-
me,
I-
that
yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it's just me. It gives
That
me
shit
like
was
a
cool. I
like a
loved it
West
too.
Coast
Oh,
vibe.
for sure.
Yeah,
100%.
West Coast.
Definitely, yeah.
I'm like, and like, I love
You're
West
doing
Coast
some,
music.
yeah,
so,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why
I
Lil
was like,
Russell would be perfect.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But yeah, like a lot of the songs that I hear, like the Velvet Durag freestyle.
Yeah.
That's J. Cole.
Yeah.
That's it.
100%.
I was like, okay.
That's it. But that's kind of where the world's meet too, because Wiz Khalifa, who I wanted to be, had a record called Name on a Cloud, in which he sampled Far Side. That's what that sample is from Velvet Durag. It's a Far Side sample.
Okay, cool.
Running. That's what that sample is. Running, one of the most famous hip hop songs of all time. Wiz Khalifa had Name on a Cloud. I always knew that I wanted to touch that beat again. And I think I heard it more recently than that, actually. It's a record called like Shampoo is what it's called. I don't remember who it's by, bro, but it's sampled Running by the Far Side. And I heard it and I was like, nah, like I gotta sample this for my album. But yes, that's more on the J. Cole line of things.
And then you switch it up.
Yeah.
You got like a song called Freakazoid.
Freakazoid.
I'm not.
I hope my mom's
Hey, no,
not
that's-
watching.
yeah.
That's crazy that you did that. Just
No, that sounds.
Sorry, mom.
But it's keep going.
I was just gonna say we know what a freakazoid is, but what?
No, I was gonna say like, and then you got other Denver artists on there. How does that feel like collabing with Denver artists and stuff? Because
yeah, it's fun, bro. It's fun. It's fun collabing with Denver artists, man. I like it, man. I like to big up the scene, you know, with all the Denver artists. That being said, I feel like you can't collaborate with everyone, you know. So I want everybody to succeed in the scene and in the city, but that doesn't maybe necessarily mean I want to make a record with you, you know. I'm just being honest and transparent.
Yeah.
But I want everybody to go big. And there's a lot of artists in the city I like. And then there's some, I mean, I feel like I'm a super particular guy. So there's some that I like handpicked that I'm like, nah, I'm about to work with that one.
Ain't nothing wrong.
That's how life should be anyway, right? You handpick who you want to mess with. And
You kind of already let. I was gonna ask that too. But you already kind of answered it.
Yeah.
Like how, like, you know, like you seem like a selfless, humble guy, right?
Yeah.
Like, how do you sometimes like work with like, because we, you know, like, I don't know who these artists are. Like, I don't know the backgrounds, but some of them I do, right? Like, and some of them you'll see like, oh, they think they're bigger than, you know, life.
Right.
Like, how do you work with somebody that is not like really on your like type of speed? Because, you know, you're like selfless, humble guy.
Right.
You know, like I've been knowing you for a minute, you know? So to work with somebody that's kind of comes off arrogant and cocky, like how do you work with somebody like that?
Yeah.
Or do you even take that call?
Man, I usually avoid that kind of stuff, bro, because I don't know. I feel like I'm in a position where I can create with who I want to create to, and it's not need-based, right? Like when you're in a need-based position and you have to create with X, Y, and Z. Maybe G-Money, maybe I haven't made it to that point in my career where I'm in a room with somebody big enough to have an ego like that. Because I can say that I don't know that I have. But I will say that I've worked with artists that maybe I have a little bit more of a buzz than, and I still treat it like work, and I still respect everybody the same across the board. I don't give a damn if you got 20 monthly listeners on Spotify or 20,000. Like, I try to approach everything the same with that same, you know, way. But I don't know, man. Denver artists too. I want my Denver artists to like stop getting mad at the market so much. I see that a lot.
Yeah.
So like, bro, if you somebody that, for example, makes T-shirts, and you walk outside with your box of T-shirts, and the T-shirt buyers don't buy them, rather than being like, oh man, y'all are a whack ass T-shirt market, like y'all are trash, like y'all don't support me. Why not look at your box of what you got and what you're selling, and tailor it to the market you want to be successful in? I'm saying that to make the example of it's a lot of rappers that get mad at the market, bro, because of success they think they should have, or places they think they should be, or I should be able to sell out a show, or nobody supports me, or I see that a lot in the city, and I hate it, to be honest, bro, because they don't owe you that. Listen, not even your mama.
Man, nobody else.
Literally, if they don't like your shit, they do not have to. Like, everybody at press play is like that's a bonus, you know?
Yeah.
And I feel like that attitude is it's really entitled, and it doesn't, you're not getting the results you wanted from that. I be seeing that kind of shit a lot, and honestly, that sours me from wanting to work with certain artists that might even be talented.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
Makes perfect sense.
I saw you, shout out to my boy Niz. I think he filmed it, but it was the Gypsy Sessions, I think it is.
Oh, yes.
This was some dope shit, fellas.
Yes.
Brother was playing the keys and performing at the same time. That shit was tight. And you said that was your first time.
Yeah.
How the hell you do that?
Bro, I've been playing piano since the 6th grade, man.
Okay.
So it's been a minute. I do not read music.
You're one of them.
Turn on YouTube tutorials and watch them for 35 minutes on loop, and then turn them off and play what the fuck I just watched and put that in the memory bank. I do not read sheet music at all.
Okay.
So with that being said, I wasn't confident enough to get out there and do it in front of people. This particular song that my bro is talking about was The Winds. The Winds samples a song called Deep End by Fouché. It's a very simple chord progression, just 3 chords. Really simple, bro.
Okay.
Really simple. Just 3 of them, three sequences of keys. And so I started doing it at home, and I would press the first sequence, rap like the first half, like the first 2 bars, press the second, and rap. And eventually I'm like, wait, nigga, I'm on beat. Like, this is sound, it's going in. I rapped it with the song. I'm like, nigga, this is on point.
That's what's up.
And so once I got the confidence to do that, we went to rehearsal, and I'm like, bro, I'm doing this. I am doing this. And I did it, man, and that shit was tight. I want to incorporate that more in my live performance, and I need to quit being lazy and start reading sheet music for real. Honestly, right. I want to be a technician with that shit. I want to know how to play all my songs on piano.
Yeah. This ain't even really a question, but this sounds like somebody who's a student of the game. Yeah. Right? This sounds like when you hear the top ball players who whatever sport it is analyze a game or talk about a game, and I think that's why your music just evolves and translates.
Exactly.
Yeah, man, you should be a student.
I appreciate it, bro.
In any aspect, for sure.
Yeah.
No,
absolutely.
That's nice.
Absolutely a vet. Bro performed at UMS, and I saw the interview. You, I think Earth Gang was the highlight of that time, or something like that.
So, yeah, I did. I've done UMS in the past. Earth Gang was its own show, its own situation in Mission Ballroom. Yeah. That, yes.
And then you opened for them, though. That's what I'm saying, right?
Yeah, I opened for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was 2022? Or I can't remember what it was.
Damn, gang. Yeah, I think like 2022.
I thought you spoke about it before. I was trying to work that into manifestation. You know?
So
I thought you spoke about it before and then opened up for him like on some 2-year type shit or something like that.
Not quite, but bro, speaking of like manifestation and quite frankly, Dreamville and J. Cole in general, like I ain't never really told this whole story at all ever before in my life. But I feel like there has been, I don't even know what to call it, almost like a series of events, particularly like with that camp. I'm not saying Dreamville wants me and things like that, but bro, there have been numerous times where I have rubbed shoulders with someone either from a Dreamville or an Earth Gang management tip that just flat out knew who I was and liked my shit. Or like Colorado State, Clash of the Titans, I believe they used to have. And I opened up for Jid. And I'm going to tell the story now because I don't give a fuck. And I'm going to just tell it because nothing came from it. There was something that happened in the dressing room when I opened for Jid that caused Jid to have to come upstairs and hear my performance. I performed only 2 songs, Fish Scale and Spaceship. Jid became at that time the only rapper that I ever opened for in my life that told me my shit was tight. I've never heard it. Everybody, when they hear that I opened for all these big rappers, like, oh, how was the baby? I'm like, nigga, I don't know. I didn't get to meet him. They scurried me out like the peasants. Nigga, I didn't get to meet him. I'm working. But with Jid, you know, he pulled like, hey, bro, that was tight. And he had a manager. There was, I think, just his road manager, but he's like, he gets my contact. And, bruh, they hit me up. He hits me up the next day like, hey, what's up? Like, you want us to help you? Or it was something along the lines of like, you know, we're trying to fuck with you. So I hit him back like with my number. I'm like, bro, like, what's up, bro? Because I'm about to go clock in at Santander on Monday. Y'all trying to pull me out of here? Let me know now. I will put in the 1-day notice right now, bro. So, but I never heard back. I don't know. Sometimes it happened like that in music, nigga. You're not. There is no finishing to every story. Sometimes it just happens that way.
Hey, but it's gonna manifest its way back sometime. I mean, some way, somehow.
It's happened. They want you absolutely.
Yeah.
But then so you fast forward to Earth Gang, which was a pigeons and planes competition. I don't even remember how we like formally submitted. I just know our name got thrown in the hat. My manager sends me a screenshot of their manager, Earth Gang's being like, oh, like, yeah, we know who Trayce is. Like, his shit's dope.
That's what's up.
Like, but as a nigga who like, you're still struggling, you live in real life, like you still waking up, clocking in. Yeah. For some people watching this, you might think like, oh, well, yeah, nigga, you've had numbers. Like, of course you know. Like, nah, like hearing that is like a shock to me. I'm like, bro, what you mean? Again, come pull me out the fire, bro, because I'm about to clock in on my day. If y'all think I'm that dope, like, so that's 2 very like unrelated incidents with people around Dreamville.
Sure.
That, because everybody always tells me that same shit to J. Cole and then I always think internally of like the run-ins I've had with their team and different things like that. I don't know what it means, guys. Like it could, you know, down the line, I could see them and they could be like, yeah, like we fuck with you. I don't know, man. But I mean, some of their managers and things like that follow me on Instagram and I know they watch what I do and shit like that. So I don't know, man. Hopefully it turned into something cool. But I never really spoke about any of that shit before, bro.
Damn.
Yeah.
We getting some exclusive shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? 3 Live Crew with Trayce. Back to the album. And I just wanted to, what makes this album? It's 92. You know, the album cover, you know, it got all pictures of you in different, you know, ages, right? But what makes this different from like Black Deku? Is that right? I say right? Black Deku. Did I say right?
Yes, you did.
My fault.
Yes.
What makes it different from that? What makes it different from the albums that you come out with before? What makes this one the one?
Nigga, I used to be drinking tequila when I was making them albums. I'm sober, gang.
Dang.
So
Congratulations.
and have been.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's
So
major.
when you get a moment to
That's major.
have mental clarity and like for real clarity, like all the way through. I mean, from the creation of the title of the album to the last second of the last song, everything you're getting to think about everything through how you want it to be, because you're present and clear minded and you can think about shit like that. It makes a difference. Like I feel like my talent was already there, you know, but
Maybe
nigga, I was
tracked a little bit.
getting in my own way on some shit. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So this is the most clear and intentional I've ever told a story. And it's a full story, bro. There's some shit on here that I'm like, nigga, was that too much? Are you like, was that too much? For real? Like, you're gonna put that out.
That's what's
Like, you're gonna tell people that about yourself.
Song, then. Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
I can't wait to hear it.
Uncomfortable.
Absolutely.
Like,
There we go.
uncomfortable.
Because it feels like we got the vibey part of the album. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, y'all didn't get none of this shit. Like, nigga, are you okay? Like, I got some shit on there like, bro, are you all right?
But-
y'all didn't get none of the Are You Okay songs. I didn't send those. They're not mastered yet.
But it's just nice to get back to storytelling, though. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
absolutely.
Like, actually,
Yeah.
one thing I wanted to say, and I didn't know that part, so like,
Yeah.
let's
for
give
sure.
it up for
Yeah.
that. That's
Oh,
dope as
gang.
fuck. You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying?
How
I think a
long
lot
you
of
been?
people. I think a lot of people can relate to that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Straight
yeah.
up. So I think
How long you been?
I brought May 4 months on my birthday, so on Tuesday.
4 months?
Yes.
Good job, man.
That's
Which is
big.
major
There
for
you
me
go.
and where I
Same.
was, gang.
Yeah,
So
I feel the same way.
Yep.
I've been July. Well, this next month, July will be a year for me.
That's
Let's
dope,
go,
bro.
Let's clap it up.
Yeah, like
That's what we need to do, man. For real.
Major, bro. Take care of your
And
chickens.
you know how
different.
you're,
Absolutely.
and you feel so much better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like, dang, I didn't realize that was
Like
actually
a
holding
hindrance
me back,
like that,
You know,
yeah.
like
That's real.
And I'm not. I can still be fun G without drinking, because a lot of
Absolutely,
people are like, oh, you gotta drink,
Bro,
to be fun.
facts.
You
Yeah.
know, like I don't have.
Nigga,
to.
that was my worry was my creative process. What does it look like for me in the studio now
was
when
my
I'm
next
not
question.
off double shots of Casamigos?
Like,
Am I
can I
going to
do
be
this?
able to rap that bar
Yeah.
like I would? And man, I found this way better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Breath control, memory, tone,
Yes.
The
energy.
enunciation. Yeah, just how you. Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely.
And by the I found that for this album, by the end of the sessions, man, and I love Age. Age loved me. I was getting on Age's damn nerves because I was ready to just keep going, guys. When you're drinking,
Yeah.
and you get to the end of a
a little
session,
sluggish, a little.
nigga, I'm ready to go home and go to sleep.
Yeah.
But
Absolutely.
with this, I'm like, no, like, are you sure we only got 20 minutes left? Like, you know, so
That's
So it's about to be a crazy album.
man, bro,
It's about to be a crazy album.
That's
So-
again going back
yes.
to that part. Student of the game.
yeah,
Yes, absolutely.
So, but also,
a
bro,
process.
it's an intentional, true story, bro. Top to bottom, I've touched on this. Even Black Deku was a really vulnerable project. I would say Black Deku is probably my most vulnerable project from a life experiences standpoint. But it's only 4 records, and it's intentionally built that way, just super short. But this is the first project I've like told the whole story from, bro. And bro, I ain't gonna lie, niggas
sorry
be
to hear it.
lying in they songs to sound cool.
Yeah.
And
I
it,
mean,
it like they do, bro.
Yeah.
And I love Young Thug, but I think I heard Thug say I had to kick a dough when I was 5. Thug, you weren't robbing niggas at 5, right? Like,
well, some people actually believe that though.
right.
Unfortunately.
And I love Thug. No slugs at Thug. But it takes like real boldness and confidence to be like, my story's cool enough,
is
nigga.
intentional.
My real story, like how I actually lived, is actually cool enough to sell records.
Absolutely.
I feel that way. Took a minute to feel that way.
There we go.
Good, man.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
I feel like
Yeah.
he didn't send this to y'all, but he only sent it to me because I heard him perform this. And
Oh, God.
I feel like park and ride, that's my shit.
Okay.
I think that's gonna be y'all shit just because of where we come from.
Yeah.
What I love from this album is, like, I heard all the shit, but what I heard from what I've heard, it sounds Denver, bro. And what I mean by that, I don't mean to make that sound local at all. I think Denver's fucking cool, and I think niggas shit on Denver for a long time until now. But what I mean by that is, back in the day, you know, niggas rapping and shit, we always was talking about, like, we need that sound, right? Atlanta got that sound.
Sounds, yeah.
Like, this sounds like Denver, but like on a mainstream platform. You understand what I'm
That's
saying?
fire. That's a really fire compliment, gang.
And like Park and Ride, like it's gonna take that nigga from New York, from Connecticut to like, damn nigga, that's like the trolley station up around, you know, wherever the fuck they got. But you know what I'm saying? Like that shit was hard.
I forgot I sent that to you. Man, Park and Ride.
Was I not supposed to say that?
Yes, you were supposed to say that. You were supposed to say that.
Just tell me.
You were supposed to say it.
Just tell me.
You were supposed to say it. I performed it already, gang. I can't get mad at you.
You know what
I
I'm saying?
performed this in front
I
of
didn't
a
record it,
whole
damn.
sold out venue, so I can't
That shit
feel
was
away.
crazy.
Bro,
Nice.
Park and Ride, man, it's a story about the various park and rides niggas have been at and around, and man, I seen some shit.
Oh yeah,
at some park and rides.
Absolutely.
And this is where being confident enough to tell your real story and believe that it's gonna sell comes into play. That song was so easy to write. I wrote that song in probably about like 15, 20 minutes because it's all factual, real events. And the delivery on the song itself, I think arguably probably my most aggressive delivery in general, just for any song that I've put out. I'm talking like rapping for my fucking life. Like the cops is knocking at the front door, the eviction notice is there, like going in, gang. And I don't even talk about my shit like that. I'm very hard on my own music. It takes me a long time to like my own stuff.
Yeah.
But this song though,
something different. All right.
Yeah. I like that song a lot.
and you know, it's so funny. You know, art is supposed to imitate life, bro. I got on Facebook maybe like a week or 2 weeks ago. So many of the different bus numbers and things that I referenced in that song, I saw a post of people talking about the most dangerous buses. And bro, it's almost like niggas went and cited my lyrics. That made me feel so good. Cause I'm like, bro, I'm really grabbing from real life shit as evidenced by the people talking about this shit and putting that into a form that can rhyme. Like that was a pretty cool moment, bro.
Parking rides.
Yes, bro.
I done seen some shit.
Boy.
Man, what?
Like, for real.
I don't know if there's one I haven't seen.
Fights,
anything.
stabbings, everything. Bro,
Like you name it. You name it.
man, it's
I think I honestly think I appreciate just like all Denver music. You know, like I actually used to be one of those people, and shame on me, right? Like I was like, yeah, y'all local rappers, I'm good. But now, like, since having like a homie, you know, start, you know, that I listen to his music, I'm like, oh, he's actually tight.
Solid.
And then I'm like, man, I'm about to
sing a little bit.
Then I'm about to, and I don't know, y'all know me now. Like I'll be like, oh yeah, you know, I'm listening to some local music, bro.
Yeah.
Like I really appreciate and you know, give local music a chance because you never know what will ring in your ear, man. You never know just because they're they're not.
Now we got
popping right now
or
or nothing, but there's a lot of like talented artists
some
in Denver,
for
man.
sure.
That's what I'm saying. If we just had that, like, if we had like the different like buzz, like another, like the other cities have, like Atlanta has like maybe more black people, so they have that like artists. I just buzz, right?
I think
like
it's
if we
time.
had that,
I think it's time.
brewing though
Absolutely.
right now. I think like that's what I was gonna ask you earlier too. With we kind of already touched base on it, but like, where do you see the music scene? I see that question asked, but as an artist, where do you see it as from somebody who's been rapping for a long time? This nigga been rapping for a long time, a vet in the game, student of the game. Like, that might be the name of this. You know what I'm saying? But he been rapping for a long time. we could talk about the battle raps in the at George Washington High School. They don't know about that.
That's how I got started.
Battle rapping.
That's how I got started, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
Started everything, literally. Cafeteria George.
Yep.
Yes, bro.
That's actually pretty
Where do I
funny.
see it going?
But where do you see the scene right now brewing? Because I feel like it's brewing. Keep going. You know what I'm saying? Like something's going on right now.
Two-part question, right? Where was it when you started to where it is now? Because,
Bro, it's, for one, it's a different, obviously, clearly, it's literally a different year, but it's a different time now, guys.
Yeah.
You got platforms out there. Like, I'm going to shout out, like, Mile High Minute is a platform that
Yeah, my has been
highlights music and things like that. Guys, there's an opportunity. You can literally just contact them, and they have packages for you to, you know, purchase, dude, and get your shit out there. And you know that Denver's going to see it because they got heavy Denver traffic.
Yeah, they do.
Bro, that's a major tool that was not, that's an example of something that was not around when I first started.
For sure.
If I want something seen by a certain market, I'm hitting the homie Brenton. Hey, Brenton, what can I work out? Can I pay you for this to post on this date? And I know it's going to get seen. Bro, you had no way of knowing that when I first started. Nigga, you better just make something dope and hope it gets heard. going forward, where I think it's going, it just depends, champ. It depends, bro. I feel like the path is the path, bro. Like the right path is the right path and the wrong one is the wrong one, man. You got guys that, what are you putting your stock in, bro? Are you putting your stock in marketing yourself? Because I would argue that it's not the market. Okay, we ain't got 75% black people. Okay, well, nigga, it look like you better tailor your product to where you live to be successful.
That's a good.
Sorry, like, unless you want to move all the black folks and send soul planes out and move niggas here, it look like you gonna have to make something shake. That's how I look at it, bro.
Good way to
For real. Like, that's really how I look. So I consider myself one of those artists that's on board with what I need to do. Like, folks got to figure out what they need to do, which is market. Like, Denver is going to follow suit. People talk about not getting support from Denver, but you know when you do get support from Denver, when Denver gets on the internet and sees that you just sold out Phoenix, or Denver sees that you just sold out Vegas, or Denver sees that you sold out, hell, I don't give a damn. No shade to Oklahoma, sold out OKC. I don't care if it's Norman, Oklahoma. Them seeing you have success elsewhere and marketing yourself is going to help them. So I think it's split into two buckets, man. You got the guys that are paying attention to the right things and investing in that, and you got the guys that aren't.
Trying to go against the grain, maybe?
Not even go against the grain, bro, because they don't know that what they're doing maybe is not
I think
right.
there's a lot of uncertainty, don't know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? For sure.
Or like, it's a lot of niggas that be fresh in their videos with Cuban links and money stacks to their ear, but I go to your Spotify monthly listeners and I got quadruple 6-7 times the amount you got. And I ain't never put on a chain for a video in my life, ever. Like, I feel like that's the kind of shit that matters. You got guys that, the guys that are focusing on the right shit, I just, in my heart, I have to believe that's going to pay off at some point. It may not result in you getting a Grammy, but you're going to make a market, dude. Yeah. You can make a market. Larry June probably ain't going to go win no Grammy next year or nothing, huh?
Right.
Larry June could probably put 500 or 1,000 in a room, huh, and eat off that, huh? Yeah. Pay bills, right?
That's what me and Tony, shout out to my boy Tony, that's what we talk about all the time, man. It's about creating the market. And if more artists see it like this, like, I can take over this market right here. I don't got to be crazy, but I can eat. If I can eat off of it, which is what you kind of doing right now, is eating off your shit. Yeah. Because what I'm seeing is, even if it's not even off of material, right? Like money, like, bro, niggas is out here bumping Trayce. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. Even on the Spotify, I see it too. So for me, like, that's what I feel like. That's the market. Take over the market. Yeah. And you got, keep your shit in line. You said in line. You know what I'm saying? But for one more question about this is, when can we expect the album? Because now we gotta wait for the rest of it. Just like y'all. So you know what I'm saying? And then like I know he sent us the tracks and he said they master. That's fluid. That's not. That's fluid. Gang. I call BS on that because I know bro gonna do something different, some potion shit. You feel me? You know,
fall time. Okay. Fall time, bro. Okay. And that's just because I got to. Yep, I got to do this right, bro. I got to do this one right.
Take your time. Even it might be fall/winter.
Like, for real, as long as it takes to give y'all a product that I feel like is gonna pop me off, bro. I have to get everything in order. It's got to be like a store, bro. That's how my manager. That's the analogy he makes, bro. When you go to Walmart or wherever you go shop at, like, you're not going there just to buy the fruit. But damn, they ain't got fish today, so I got to come back or go somewhere different for fish. Or I'm buying the snacks, but damn, they ain't got the unhealthy shit or the healthy shit that I want. Like, having everything ready for consumption when you release, to me, matters. I do not want to put something out that I only have a video or two ready, or, oh, damn, I don't know where I'm going to do my headline, or, oh, man, I ain't got my merch yet, or I'm still waiting on my merch. No, that makes sense. I need this to be a complete full thing, like a full thing, you know? And so that's what the weight is. As y'all, like, the music is done, but
so much more.
There's more, bro. We ain't even got into not at all, bro. I want this to be a rollout that makes you feel it in your chest, bro. That makes you be like, damn, nigga, I noticed this because I had to notice this. Like, that takes some time, bro.
Hey, so we gonna have to get him back in here, y'all.
Absolutely.
When that album drop,
do a review.
Broncos might be playing. I see it on you. You know what I'm saying? We'll see. At the time, it might be football playing. You know what I'm saying? But right now, it's some NBA finals. Tone got it set up for us. We've been kind of checking it out a little bit. I've been seeing G over here sneaking looks, and I've been seeing J-Lefty. You know what I'm saying?
NBA Finals there's 2 small market teams that are on the rise.
Yes.
What does that remind you of? Denver.
Let's go.
Denver rap music.
Denver's
on
the
the
shit, bro.
rise. On the rise.
Denver's
Just
the
like
shit to me, man.
you know how OKC was.
Yeah, man.
They
Denver's
got
the shit.
better
Really
and
good.
better.
Let's go.
Indiana better and better.
Let's go.
That's what we're doing right now.
I agree with that,
We're
bro.
about to be on it.
I agree with that. And
Appreciate
you know what?
you helping us too.
Everybody may not rush to cheer for you with their pom poms. Is a small market anything at first.
Yeah, that's just,
But I must have missed when Jokic and Jamal Murray and MPJ was on TV crying because they was small market. I thought they was just hooping and didn't give a fuck.
They bought out.
Who cared if they were small market
why
or
it
not?
don't matter.
That's the attitude I'm gonna have to move with as a rap artist.
Yes.
I don't care if you feel away because I'm not from LA or Atlanta. My shit is going to be undeniable.
I love it.
We not on prime time all the time.
Yep.
But hey, when we play a game,
Yes.
you know we there.
Yes.
I agree with all that, but is OKC a small market?
Yes.
I mean, in
yes.
size, sure, but
Yes. It's a
they've
small
been,
market,
they've been
bro.
good for 15 years.
But they're
I don't know,
Small
bro.
market, bro.
It's still a small market.
Yeah.
More
It's,
than any other major sports team.
They're a
that's
small market.
So
bro.
they're huge in there, which makes them a bigger, right?
Oh, I see you like they're the only thing.
That's all they got.
That's
I mean,
big fish,
small
small pond, bro.
They're prime time.
That's big fish, small pond. That's a result of Oklahoma, to me, not having anything else relative to the NBA markets, though.
Think
And
about the
we
NBA
can't-
markets, though.
Yes.
Well, I guess I'm saying when KD, Harden, and Russ were there, were the Knicks on TV more or the Thunder at that time?
but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. They're still the
Correct.
Knicks, bro.
Correct.
And I
They're
think
gonna
the
be
Knicks
on
might have
TV.
still been on TV.
I'm
Just
sure
like
they,
the
I'm
Cowboys.
sure they
That's
were,
the
but
biggest.
it matters
Look
a
at that's the
little bit.
biggest difference, though, right?
Huh.
What you're saying, right? So if OKC sucks, they're not on TV. If the Knicks sucks, they're still on TV.
That
Oh,
is
I'm just saying
that
they
part
haven't
right
sucked
there.
for 15 years. So
I don't know. And see, I'm going to disagree with that. I think that past success is not like an indicator of them being big market.
'Cause
Yeah, they had an era.
Yeah.
KD, Harden, Russ. Yeah, sure, that was an
PG,
era. But
Chris
I still would. When you look at the,
I mean,
if we broke it down
was
into
with the
market
two.
tiers, I'm no way I'm putting OKC
Okay,
with
yeah.
LA, New York. I'm just not. I'm not. I'm putting them maybe tier 3.
Even think about it. Even San Antonio is a small market.
Facts.
Even though they got what 5 championships?
Yeah.
With Tim Duncan.
I would agree that that's a small market team. See,
I mean,
I just think the success.
But that's 25 years of success. That's a lot of. I don't know.
I don't think it matters.
That doesn't matter
it's
to
not
me.
New York.
terms
It's
of-
not-
I'm with you
Yeah.
though, Jay. Like
Yeah.
sometimes I be thinking that success means that we made it to the big times too.
No, it
No, it
doesn't.
doesn't, yeah.
To me, it does not because you know
Talk to
what?
me.
You want to know what was on ESPN the next day after the Lakers got swept by the Nuggets?
Yeah.
Lakers.
That nigga said that might be the best I've ever seen a team look getting swept. Because it was talking about the Lakers.
Oh, for
It wasn't
facts.
about the
Yeah,
Nuggets
facts.
the next day. And
But that's one
damn,
team.
the
That's
Nuggets
one
just
team.
got the big bro off their back. The monkey. It was none of that. It
Yeah.
was,
Yep.
here's what the Lakers didn't do.
I get it.
That's a
I get
byproduct to me.
it.
of-
I get
True,
it.
yeah, that's
I
very
get it.
true. Yeah,
I-
that's a
I
good.
just-
That's a good one. Yeah.
That's how I feel about that.
But I mean, you still look at San Antonio like what he said.
Yeah.
They go off of what the legacy is. You go off of legacy.
Yeah, San Antonio's
When you
there.
looking at
True.
when you looking at
the Patriots are there.
and,
you
and,
know?
and what's crazy about
true.
but here's what's crazy about the big market.
Yeah.
What the fuck do the Knicks got as far as Eastern Conference Finals and a couple Finals
They're in
appearances?
They're in New York.
I get it, but
New
like,
York.
what legacy do they have? Like, what legacy do they really have?
I mean,
When you say it like that, yeah, I get what you're saying. But
Shout out to Ewing, but I'm just saying, like,
Bad
they
niggas
had
Patty.
great players. They've had great players.
the Mets
And underachieved.
Anybody,
you know, here's another. The Knicks they had great players in the 70s.
No, that's true because they had a shout out to my I can't remember what his name
Latrell.
was, but I'm talking about Latrell. But I'm talking about
Yeah, he was cold, but
he was choking his coach out too, nigga.
dude from here, Mitchell something. He went to Manual.
Who are you talking? Played for who?
He said the 80s.
Knicks. Oh, back in
the
70s.
70s.
I don't know.
The Knicks.
Yeah, I,
I forgot
know he
his
had
name.
somebody in the league.
I was
That
gonna
long
say,
ago.
Dave-
played
Davion.
for play for Manual. He was
Okay.
forgot his name. I'm about to look that shit up right now.
Yeah, man.
So I mean, I guess in that aspect, yeah. Of course, the Knicks
I
are the
don't
bigger
know, man.
market.
We'll
they
see.
haven't been good. They've been good the past 5 years, but before then, they haven't had greats. They had Melo for a second, but you know.
Melo was at
So-
the club in the playoffs, giving Rihanna the all risk at all eyes. So I'm not giving him that either. Nah,
Melo
Knicks
crazy.
Knicks. low key have underachieved for like
Yeah.
a quarter of a century. But
Absolutely.
don't hate me for saying that.
No,
It's just-
I
That's
think
my
only
whole
Knicks
thing.
fans will
It's
hate
just-
you. Everybody knows.
I kind of felt you on that though.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. It feel like why I always say that shit. Even with the Lakers, but I get it. I get it. I mean, it's the Lakers. It's the big time. They want to see them, but
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying. But let's talk about it. Let's recap.
Okay.
I mean, this game's getting crazy right now.
It's
But
halftime right now.
Let's talk about the series right now. Pacers is 2-1. You feel me?
With the Hallie.
You know what the Hallie?
Hallie.
It seems like more of a group effort
For
coming
sure.
from the Pacers than the OKC, and it feels like the Pacers were built for this moment with their role players playing more than it feels like OKC. But then it kind of feels like I don't know, even. I don't know. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
I don't think OKC's had enough time to play together as a team because they're always blowing people out. So Shea is not really playing with Carson Wallace, or Caruso's playing with the backup. So, I mean, like you said, the Pacers had to grind it out. They play 9-10 every game, even in the regular season. So
9 or 10 guys.
yeah,
That's
which makes sense.
yeah.
I mean, the Pacers, think about it, like, even in the regular season, they got to be in every game. They're not really blowing teams out.
Right?
Yeah, bro, that shit
Right.
matters. That matters, man. Calluses matter, gang. In sports, calluses matter.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You ain't got no calluses, bro, because you just stepping on everything and everybody. I just gotta believe. Just like the Nuggets let them niggas off the hook because we weren't healthy. But when
Yep.
the moments got
That's what you
tight,
talked about, J-Lefty.
when the moments got tight in game one, OKC had one more bucket than me, and I was at home on the couch. OKC had
Facts.
2 points. Nuggets wiped them into overtime because we had been through things like that.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, that matters.
This doesn't bode well. Camera can't see this. So currently, what is it, 60 to 57? Pacers up.
Yep.
That's
Been up the whole game.
like they're
But
gonna
it's been
get tight.
though. Yeah.
Huh?
But like OKC's gonna get tight,
Yeah.
like, and not tight in a cool way, like
Yeah.
tight, like, ooh, I better not throw this pass wrong, and then you threw the pass wrong because you
Yes.
told yourself
Yeah.
not to throw the pass wrong.
Absolutely.
You're going to do it.
Like,
And the coach is
gonna do
getting
it.
tight too,
Yep.
right? He's been doing things that's been tight. Like, we talked about it earlier.
Why switch?
Switching the lineup. Go ahead.
who got switched for this game?
No,
fellas?
No,
just for,
they've
like,
just been
period.
doing it.
But that's
Getting
new
tight.
coach shit.
That's what I'm saying. But
Exactly.
getting tight.
Yeah.
It's new shit. Like not Callus, like you
Rick
said.
Carlisle was
Uh-huh.
like, "Now I'm staying with who I got."
Thank you. Why do you think he's confident in that?
Well, for a multitude, he knows, right? He's been here before. And
Thank you.
Yeah, don't mess up the nucleus.
Yeah.
Like y'all been blowing teams out, right? You just beat the Nuggets, who are a really good team. Keep doing what you've been doing.
Yeah.
You know, that makes sense to me.
And don't show the team that you're in your
On
head
edge, yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
You gonna make a lineup adjustment for if I'm a coach of the other team, I'm like,
Yeah.
ooh, bet.
Yep. Gotcha.
I like what y'all saying. Don't tighten up.
Yeah.
I gave a young man these words when he was asking me, like, yo, how did you get so fast? Like, what did you need to do that? I gave a young man these words one time. he's like, what do you do? I said, don't tighten up, bro.
Yeah. That was
That's the only thing you could do. And Trayce, you was doing your thing in track, man. I know you ain't gonna
Let's
give
talk
yourself
about
love
it.
like that,
Let's talk
bro.
about it.
You was doing your thing in
But
track,
let's
man.
look at who I came after, guys. I was talented. I was talented, bro. I was good. But goddamn, bro, like I
That's
couldn't
it.
even sniff, scratch, or touch. What's the sniff, scratch, the lottery? I couldn't do any of that to get on varsity, bro. When you got G Money, you got Q,
Yeah.
you got AJ, you got G. Listen,
Nah, that
listen
team
to
was
that.
crazy.
I think
Nah, that
literally,
team was
I think
crazy.
the Colorado State record for the 4x1. I used to be able to tell you the time. I want to say 42 seconds.
I'm not sure.
See, and I
that
like, but y'all talk about student of the game. Like just the type of personality I have in
Yeah,
general.
that's crazy.
But I couldn't even sniff
actually pretty good.
varsity, bro, because of who was up there, and that shit helped me a lot, guys. I never did get good in Little League. Track was the first thing I got good at. I wasn't even good at football till after I was good at track, and I felt like I would be good at track. Sophomore year when I'm racing dudes from the track team that are on junior varsity, because again, I wasn't racing none of these varsity niggas. I'm not doing that. And I was beating them. And I was beating them pretty handily too. And these would be people that folks would be like, oh, he's fast. And I'd be like, all right, bet. Well, let's line it up.
Yeah.
And I didn't even know how to do any of that,
Yeah,
guys.
you didn't even have the technique.
I didn't have any technique. And this is
He
why
was
I
running
take
like this.
I'm running
bro.
like this,
like
bro.
just how I used to run, like Project Pat.
Yeah.
That's what he was running just like that. I was like, oh yeah, he gonna be good,
Bro, but no technique because there was no teaching
Yeah,
of that.
exactly,
And that's also why I
exactly,
take
yeah.
coaching serious too. These are skills that you could really use down the
minutes,
line.
absolutely.
And if I would have had that shit,
Yes.
I'm sorry. Like I think I'm D1. I'm sorry, bro. I broke 11 seconds off of running track for 2 years. 11 seconds is kind of in high school. If you break 11 seconds, you know, that's kind of okay, you can do this. I'm not saying you're the fastest in the state, but if you break 11, you can do this. I did that, dude, off of very minimal knowledge of technique and how to actually run. You know, so yes, going to practice, I'm seeing the best in the state at practice with me on a day-to-day basis in the way that they practice. I didn't even understand, guys, the scope of things. And, oh, man, they really run indoor track and for day tack. And high school, it ain't even just their only team. Like, it's levels to this. Like, this shit is what they do. And they go to Simplot meets, and I got obsessed with all of this, bro, and literally in 2 years and got a scholarship. So I be thinking back, what would have happened if I really was bought in from 8th grade, 7th grade on up, bro, and what could have happened. But
beginning of that, like more literal than that. Like,
hey, I'm gonna tell you,
I'm
gonna tell you a really funny story. When I got put on varsity for the first time at a track meet, Saturday track meet. Gee, you know how it goes. Wednesdays is in the hood. Saturdays is the state meets, right? Where you go out to the different Jeffco stadiums and they bust you out, right? And I was on this relay with Tyree Bishop. I was on there with Quentin. Shout out my bro Q, man. God is able. And I think I'm blanking on the third leg. I want him to say maybe Joe Harris. I could be wrong. Could have been Joe Harris. And
Joe Harris would run the third leg sometimes.
I think so. He ran the 4, right? Joe did run the 4, right?
No, Joe would run the 4 sometimes too. Joe is just like that. Joe was like, I'll do it.
I'll do it.
It was good at long jump too.
He played basketball.
He did everything. But so there was 3 other dudes, and then I'm a sophomore at this point, and Coach Nye is like, we were down a runner, bros. We were down a runner, and Coach Nye is like, well, get Chapman. And guys, like for those of y'all watching it who've never run track, the 400-meter dash is your first varsity race. It's crazy. In a relay, it's not an open 400 where if I get cooked like fucking stir fry, it's on me. What I'm doing is directly affecting my guys. I was on third leg because third leg at times, that's where you can hide people a little bit, right? You could hide someone kind of. If you're going to hide anyone.
The 4x1?
4x4.
4x4.
Kind of. You can't really hide anyone in a 4x4.
I don't think you really can, though, man.
4x1, though. Third leg on a 4x1, you could hide folks
but you can't really, because it's 100, you know, but the 400, you got to.
It's a 400. So, man, I got the baton, and I felt good, guys, for the first 250. Out of there. Nigga, I wasn't pacing myself at all. I'm like, I'm just trying to get there.
I'm a dog.
Man, I get through the first 250, bro, and I'm like, wait a second, gang. I got like half the track to go still. Whoa. And we coming off.
Eyes get big.
I'm coming off that final curve. Last curve coming around, and I'm all out of gas, fellas. But we still have the lead. And that's probably the worst position to be in as a runner. Nigga, I know I'm about to surrender this lead. This is smoked because I have nothing else to give you. I don't have anything left to give you. Yeah. And if this nigga just has a little bit, he's about to get me right now. Well, Buddy had a little bit, but I got spiked. On my left heel coming off that last curve on my first race. That shit hurts. Again, if you've never ran track, getting spiked hurts. Damn. And it's my first varsity meet, and my ass hurts. Again, I know it sounds crazy. If you've never run the 400-meter dash, you can't judge me, bro. It's a man's race. That's what they refer to it as. And so I got spiked, and I think we ended up. I think like 1 or 2 guys passed me. We ended up in third, and I felt like, George was fresh off. This was like 08, 09, so George won in 07, I believe.
Yes, we did.
State. So we were fresh off of that, and George just generally respected. Like when we show up to the track meet, niggas know what's up, bro.
Oh yeah,
you can't even touch us, bro.
Yes.
And we don't even have to like which open 100-meter sprinter do you want? We got flavors, nigga. We can sit 3 of our guys and run one of the 4 and smoke everything out here.
I know. Yeah,
like,
dominant for years.
Like untouchable, bro. Like how you got 4 guys. I want to say like four guys sub 10.7. And I might be being nice. Man, it might have been like 4 guys sub 10.6. For real? That's nuts, bro. Like, so them was the days though. So that was my intro to track. I did well. My junior year, I was smacking most of everything. everything, bro.
Yeah, I was looking at you.
Yeah, we were smacking everything because
from afar, like I was in college, but I was looking at you. I'm like, all right, all right, cool, man. Yeah, you was doing
because that was y'all was were you?
I was 07. So
what were you?
10.
Okay,
yeah, 10.
I was talking to somebody who went to George, hooping with him, and I was like, "You went to George?" He was like, "Yeah, I was in the class with Trayce." I was like, "He was like 2010." I said, "Nah, he was 09."
I was 2010.
No, Trayce was just like kind of.
Why the fuck did I think he was 09?
Man, my brother was 08.
I know your brother was 08. Yeah,
you know when you like 1 year below. Yeah. Oh, you a little dude. You ain't. Man, I'm 1 year older than you. You know, it just says so much difference. So now, like, if you're a freshman and I'm a senior, I'm definitely not talking to you.
Yeah. Not even a question.
You know,
and like they was cool. G and them would pull up.
Yeah,
all the track niggas was fresh. They had the Air Max like 90s.
Oh yeah,
I had feelers, so I didn't get talked to right. And they're in their J's. They're showing up with their chains.
School politics.
I have on tall tees.
That's crazy.
School politics. I
messaged you, bro. I wasn't one of those.
No,
guys.
G definitely always fucked with me, bro. And then when I got to train with Coach Reed, when I finally did start doing some training outside of George, G was there, like not exclusively with Coach Reed, but he would go work out at Hiawatha a time or two, and so I'd be able to get some mechanics.
So that's actually something that I don't talk about because that was actually like kind of done in secret.
Oh shit.
So yeah, it's okay. It happened so long ago, but yeah, like I was doing actually 2 practice, so I was actually working out with Darius's dad, Coach Reed on the side. Yeah. Because I was just trying to get better. I was just trying to do whatever. So and if he said that like, yo, I need you to skip your lunch and come outside and work out, that's what I did.
Yeah.
You know, like I was never one of those guys on the wall like that.
Yeah.
I was the one that was in the playing chess and reading books because I'm trying to get good grades because my mom doesn't like C's.
Yeah.
She says they're fancy D's.
Yeah.
So I ain't trying to get no. Now I'm not trying to get no.
For sure.
No C's. So I was actually taking school seriously, but was able to still hang out. My mom always referenced me as a popular nerd because I really wasn't playing with my books, bro.
Yeah, that's what it was. The track. Yeah, I was on the top of the world, gang. For real. At least for me, because
track is love, man.
And we were in school. Like you win state. Like you set the school on fire. Like it's like damn. Like that's one of the track runners. Yep. And it was dope. Good times.
Good times.
Good
times. Exercise. Good times.
Since we talking about track, if we can get off this, did anybody see the NCAA track?
I was watching a little bit of it. I didn't get to see everything.
It was a lot of slowness out there. I was thinking about you, bro. A lot of people dressed up like not like that, but I'm saying like a couple heats. Heats that was crazy, bro. Yeah. I recorded this shit. I'm gonna send you some shit. It was crazy. I was just checking. It was a couple people dressed up. You know how you everything with the sleeves and like the leg shit. And the slowest one out the gate.
Just like hooping.
Yeah. And I'm watching them and I'm listening to you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's like hooping.
Hey, back in the day,
too.
Back in the day, and I'll leave it at this. Back in the day, if you wore glasses,
that's what my wife says.
You better have been fast because if I see you with glasses on, I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
You think you okay?
Mm-hmm. So now if you're Quentin Dotson and you're pulling up with glasses and smoking niggas. Quentin was showing that he didn't even take them bitches off. Quentin would be running so damn fast.
He was funny.
He would finish his 100 before the glasses could fall off his face.
Yeah,
he'd be running the 100 and the glasses be like starting to come off and the nigga finish his 100 before they all the way come back.
I'll never forget it, right? We went to Arcadia, California.
Yeah.
We had to get our give back, man. This California team came to Simplot. We dropped the baton. They beat us. We was like, oh, yeah, we gonna go to Cali and get that revenge. So we lined up for the 4x2. Man, I was second leg, man. I got that baton. I was dipping so crazy. I passed the baton to, I think it was Trey. Trey didn't have nobody to run against, bro. I obliterated everybody. And then we took pictures.
Yeah.
Q got us all glasses. I had on glasses, bro. Tell me why Coach Reed was like, you had on them damn glasses. Didn't I tell you not to wear them damn glasses? I was like, I didn't wear them. He's like, you in the picture with them on.
Coach Reed used to be on that. Coach Reed was on that, gang, on God. Coach Reed would be on that with you.
I respect him, bro.
Were you a part of the famous AJ Simplot video? And I think that was y'all's 4x2 gang. Y'all was losing. Not after AJ took the baton, y'all wasn't losing no more. Because that nigga walked down everybody.
I should record it.
AJ would know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I was probably on that team.
I think you were, bro. I think I'm pretty sure that was the day tag boys 4x2 team.
Because me and AJ's been locked in. Since like I started track, they both looked at me like, he ain't that fast. And I'll never forget when we ran against, you know who Idris is?
Of course I know who
Idris Kelly,
is.
right? Yeah, yes. Idris Kelly. This is my first meet ever, bro. We get in the blocks. They're like, who's gonna win this race? And everybody kind of looks at Idris. Idris does this. I'm like, oh hell no. I get in these blocks. I'm like, I'm about to try to blast him.
In the one,
bro. First race ever. Got out, boom, was dipping. All I could hear is my dad say, let's go, G. I get to the line. I pass the line. I look back. You could hear a pin drop in there. They were like, oh, yeah, he's on steroids.
What did you hit?
I don't know. I know I hit a fast time, but Idris never lost.
But I know of Idris guys is a 200 and 400 meter runner.
Yeah, he used to run the 100.
I never knew him as the 100 ever.
And I'm not talking stuff about you, Idris.
Maybe that's why.
And then he ran the 200.
Yeah.
Then I started beating him in the 200. Yeah. And then he ran the 400. Guess what I did? I ran the 400. Coach Cyrus and then made me run the 400. I started beating him in the 400.
You was just
then he started running the 800. And I was like, nah, I'm good on that. Yeah. I ain't running no 800.
G was on some different type of time.
Bro, Coach Cyrus and Coach Whitaker were like, real ones, man. Yeah. So they was like, hey, we in the field. We getting in here.
Yeah.
They wasn't scared of nothing, man.
Yeah.
I appreciate Coach Whitaker and Coach Cyrus.
I have not seen Coach Whitaker in a number of years, bro. Coach Whitaker, last time I saw him, man, obviously he, left when you and AJ and everybody left. So that was probably like my sophomore year. But, man, being around them guys, man, with that much, I'm like, track is what the fuck they do. That's all that was my every thought, guys, was being that nigga. Like, I'm looking at Wally Spears, Tyson Gay.
Yeah.
Like, I'm looking on
Walter
the internet.
Dix.
Yeah, Walter Dix.
That was
Asafa Powell. Niggas don't know about Asafa Powell. Like, everybody talk about you saying Asafa was him.
First.
But was he doping?
I think, to be honest with y'all, I'll be honest with you, to probably all the Jamaicans dope, just because they don't have the money that the USA has, so they don't get tested like that. So a lot of them dope, and then they come out and they run fast times in Jamaica. They're not getting tested, but by the time they come over to America, it's out of their system, but it's still in their system, if that makes sense. So they're able to run these fast times. A lot of people don't know that, and I'm not hating on Jamaicans, but that's the truth. Yeah. That's the truth.
Damn,
and I'm gonna stand by it too. USA all the way. USA.
Hey, since we're looking at the finals real quick, let's just touch back in. Do y'all feel like the marketing around the NBA finals this year has been good, great, existent? You know what I'm saying?
No.
What
like elaborate on the market? What do you think?
I always feel like, and maybe this is because I always feel like we talked about the rollout, right? I feel like there's a little bit of a rollout going to the finals, and I don't feel like that was even, even from the patches, don't they do something different on the court, like the actual court?
Supposed to.
And they put a hologram, some bullshit, but they ain't even really. And then I'm saying like the build up on ESPN, NBA TV. You feel me? Like how it used to be. It or maybe I'm tripping, or maybe I'm not.
Or could it be two small market teams in there?
They don't care.
But how can you not care about this $1 billion
of course.
industry? Come
on.
What
do you mean? Because they've made their money. I don't think they're going to lose or make money off of this.
Oh, yeah, they're making. Come on.
I think they're good.
Finals, man.
They're good.
I think bro's right. I think that they have, like, them checks is cash.
Yeah.
I don't think this is going to swing the needle one way or another.
If you had Celtics Lakers, that helps, right?
That would boost it.
Absolutely. That would boost it. But this is just kind of like, all right.
Yeah. Like, this is what we got.
We're not going to spend more money.
Hey, this is what we got for you.
Yeah.
I don't like it, bro. I don't like it. I think it's a number of things, too, which everybody blames Adam Silver. But I'm going to kind of get into, like, some deeper shit than that even. I recall 4 or 5 years ago, there was a push by a certain member of government to enact censorship, which meant that instead of being able to watch a cable network and see everything on your cable network, you were going to need different subscriptions.
Yeah.
Like Amazon Prime, like Hulu, like Netflix, like all these various things.
Yeah.
And so it feels so disjointed at this point. The NBA, I mean, I know personally being a Nuggets fan, not a huge Avs guy, but I'm a Colorado guy.
Yeah.
Personally speaking, we were in the market with 2 championship teams with MVP caliber players, nigga, and couldn't watch them for 2 years.
Yeah,
that's
That's true.
crazy.
That shit was
That's true.
crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So
Just now, just this year,
Yeah.
halfway through the season.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
I was wondering why I seen some Nuggets on TV. I'm like, dang.
yeah.
How does that
So-
shit happen?
Well, and it's the abs.
Okay.
But this shit don't feel as big as the others. I'm also
Nah.
just a hater. I'm a very talented hater too, in addition to being a talented rapper. So I'm hating on OKC kind of. If they win it, I'm gonna look back and say, okay, I was just being a hater. I wouldn't feel a way about their ring though. I think that they just built a good team and they beat my team, and I'm salty about it. But if I were to look at their ring, I would probably be like, you know what? Okay, they earned that. Like it is what it is. You know. But I did start caring less when my Nuggets lost though.
Yeah.
And that was me just being
That's
a pouty
me.
grown ass kid.
That's me too, yeah.
Like, oh well, if I'm turning off my TV and throwing my remote and pouting like a kid.
If we didn't like do this podcast shit, yeah, I'd be even sadder. That's why I'm like, I told bro, like,
You be sad?
yeah. Why?
No.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Anyways, man, that nigga be sad as fuck. You know what I'm saying? You sad? I know you
Nah,
sad.
about what?
You bring up the Lakers all the time, LeBron.
No, I just bring up LeBron. I never bring up the Lakers.
You just brought
It's
him up
just
just
LeBron.
2 seconds ago.
Yeah, I
I
said
know you feeling
Lakers,
sad.
Celtics.
I know you feeling
Nah,
sad.
he don't care.
I don't.
See, that's the shitty thing about him.
Because he don't have like
care.
a team. Like, you know what I'm
He doesn't
saying?
care about
it ain't
anything.
built on. Oh, all right, my fault.
Yeah,
my
like
fault.
why
Thanks-
are you
thanks for-
argue with him for what?
Thanks for bringing me back in. I apologize.
Oh my gosh, this
I
guy.
apologize about that.
How you gonna play basketball and not have a favorite basketball team though?
That's because you like the
This
player.
question all the time, bro.
You like the player.
Oh
That's
man.
crazy.
So I mean, does
I like
this,
Jason Tatum.
does this help the conversation about the NBA being rigged or weird shit going on?
I don't think it's
You know what I'm
rigged because
saying?
look
Bro,
at what you got.
I feel you, but
it should have been the Lakers and the Celtics.
Yeah.
If it was gonna rig, so
Yeah, right.
But I'm
If
saying,
you're-
but,
or the
we
Knicks.
talking about let's not talk about rigged on the point of like the teams playing
Yeah.
right, but rigged on the part of like we gonna censor some shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? We're not gonna do certain things. I don't know.
Oh, maybe rigged that way too, huh? Like, oh, we gotta let these small market teams in so they don't. I don't know.
Because if you gonna like my thing with somebody saying something is rigged is you just have to tell me the benefit for rigging it. If you can give me that, then I can hear your case out. You feel me? What's the benefit right now for the NBA of rigging it so that the Thunder played the Pacers?
Trayce is called.
For me, I can't find a
It just
benefit.
sounds
Trayce is
too.
called WWE. That's been one of the more successful rig sports they have.
Yeah.
They've been made millions on it.
Yeah.
We know
but-
what's gonna happen.
Yeah, we do know what's gonna happen, I guess.
Yeah, but I would just say that. But
Yeah.
I don't want to believe it's rigged.
I don't
I
either.
mean, I guess that's your point though.
Because I would make like my whole life like built on some bullshit.
It'll
If
make it
sports
meaningless.
are rigged, my nigga, like
Yeah.
this whole time I've spent my life on some bullshit. So I try
I'll be
not to think
upset.
about it.
I'll
I
be
literally
upset.
be,
And
and there
then-
be evidence, nigga.
And
That
then
like,
what would you do with your life?
bro? And there be
Without
evidence.
sports.
Yes, bro. There be. LeBron literally
this is a
said,
deeper
nigga.
conversation.
LeBron said, "Hey, bro, they pulled some strings for me, nigga. I'm gonna tell y'all niggas outright." He literally said it.
Yeah.
That they pulled strings to get him to Cleveland.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
just literally turn my head the other way when
Yeah.
I hear
I
shit
didn't
like
hear that. I didn't hear that.
I didn't hear that
Yeah.
because it makes too much sense, and I don't want my life to be in vain, nigga.
Facts.
Yeah, for real.
That's crazy.
Man,
Yeah.
Like,
Iggy talked about it. There is a lot of players.
that's true.
They-
Yeah, Iggy
they
did
kinda-
talk about
they
that.
Talking about it, but not.
what Arian Foster from the Texans
Oh,
said?
yeah.
The script. The
Oh.
script. Hey, niggas was going on the script for Twitter on Twitter for years, nigga. That script shit was a funny ass day, bro.
Donahue,
I like Aaron
right? The
Foster.
ref.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
There's definitely factors.
he's taking money.
Yeah, that's the one that got arrested.
Yep. In jail. I don't know if he's still in prison, but he was.
Damn, like damn, you
Yeah.
couldn't be more slick than that, fool.
Yeah.
Since
Made a lot of money, too.
Since I got the hometown kid here, you know what I'm saying? Not the hometown kid, the hometown vet. We're gonna go like that. But since we talk about the Nuggets and shit, NBA offseason, I can't talk about the offseason with these niggas because they don't like my team. You feel me? But what you think we gonna do in the offseason?
Man, niggas is not gonna like what I have to say. 'Cause
Uh-oh.
I'm a pro Denver nigga.
Uh-oh.
But man, I'm gonna tell y'all what. I am
Here it goes.
I'm not optimistic from an ownership standpoint that we are doing the right things. I think our owner, while all the owners are wealthy, I think our owner is not only too wealthy, I think his focus is too divided. That nigga owns the Rams. That nigga owns the Arsenal. Doesn't he own
The Rapids?
the Rapids? To me,
He does
that
wear the Rapids.
feels like a divided owner. When there's not an owner to tell the GM, hey, bro, get your shit together. who can tell the head coach, hey, bro, get your shit together. You get what you got last year. I think our owner was busy twiddling his thumbs. I don't know, worried about the Rams or somebody else that he wasn't around enough to really peep game on what's been happening with Calvin and Michael, because that is avoidable. And the recipe or the resolution is like, one of y'all got to go before it gets to a point that we are at now in which we don't have talent on this team. That's on the owner. So going into this now, you've promoted from within on head coach. I'm not mad at that. I think that's a good move. Adelman,
I liked it, but I feel you. I keep going. I like where you're going. Keep going.
Where I have an issue with is GM.
Yeah, you keep promoting within. Come on, stop doing it.
But kind of to play devil's advocate.
Go ahead.
That nigga did promote Messiah Jerry
2 times, 3 times. There's a few.
Messiah Jerry wanted ring, right?
Yep.
Well, the
Tim
Raptors
Connolly is an NBA champion GM, right?
Yep.
So if it were you,
The cat
champ,
from Chicago too, I think.
if it were you who had a protege
Makes sense.
that you were building up and you went 2 for 2,
Yeah.
you're not telling me at least a little bit. You'd be like, nigga, I just got the sauce a little bit. I don't know.
And he's,
I know how to pick niggas.
Is this Rick Adelman's son too, right?
Yes.
So you get to learn from Pops, who's
Yeah,
legendary.
Yeah,
so
you can't. That's already kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
so
got that going too.
So,
Yeah,
but
that's true.
I'm mad at Kroenke, but I can understand, especially when you've been that successful in life, thinking that damn near everything you're gonna do is gonna work.
Yeah.
Like nigga, it's worked up to this point. There's a banner hanging up there because of a nigga I promoted to GM.
the only one too.
And y'all didn't like that then. So I could see him justifying it.
Yeah.
I'm telling you what I don't like, and I'm not encouraged by it. And I'm nervous that we tied our hands behind our back financially on some emotional shit. Being tied to the guys that we won the ring with and all that. Like, all
That's
that ain't
tough.
necessary, bro.
Who do you get rid of now?
Michael can get his
Yeah,
ass straight
MPJ,
back
yeah.
to B5 or mindless behavior or whatever the fuck singing group he belongs in. He needs to get away
forgot
from me and
about
my
B5.
kids. No, you forgot about B5 because they disbanded when Michael Porter Jr. left the singing group. I'm sick of
got
that
too tall.
nigga.
He got
That's
too
actually
tall.
pretty funny.
I need this moment real quick. I need this moment. Mike, like niggas talk about the shoulder injury. I understand. As a nigga who played football, an AC joint sprain, for those of y'all who don't know, is literally the tendon that connects your arm to your body.
Sure.
I get it.
Yep.
That hurts.
But
But nigga, you was on some bullshit before that.
Yeah.
You were completely healthy. You was feeling fine, bro. And your bad nights are 4 points. Nigga, you make too
that's a
much.
bad night.
There's
That's
a
a bad
such
night.
thing as a threshold.
Yeah.
When you make that much, your threshold can't be that low. Your floor cannot be that low.
Give
And
me
your
at least-
floor is too low.
give me at least 12.
At least 12.
Give me at least
That better
12.
be your bad night.
Yeah.
I feel like this
Like-
playoff series was going to be crazy, though, for him, different wise. He was having a good playoff series before that injury, bro, and it was the last fucking game.
Remind me, gang, was that Clippers?
Yeah.
Yes, he hurt
No, no, no,
himself.
no,
He
no,
was
no.
already hurt by the time second series started, bro.
Yes, but it was the last game, though.
Of the Clippers.
Yeah, the last game of the
Yes,
Clippers.
he had a hell of a game. And he was hustling that game.
No, before that whole series, he had good games that whole series.
He's too talented to just be what he is.
But I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
that's all. Yeah,
So-
before that's the shit.
Yeah.
The shit hurts
Right.
him
Not
before
to,
that.
not to
Yeah.
mention he's 6'10".
And you 16.
yeah, with a crazy jump shot.
with the crazy
I think
jumper.
he is what he is, though.
But that's
Because of the injuries,
unacceptable.
yeah. Because of the
When you
injuries,
get paid that much.
is that his fault or is that
Both.
was that
both.
Calvin
Yeah,
Lucas
I
on it?
guess
No, that
that
was Calvin Lucas
sucks,
on it.
man.
No.
I can't
I
think
see,
it's
you're
his
not-
fault.
Yeah, I could kind of see where he's coming from because it ain't my fault. I'm getting paid that much.
Man, yeah, but G, if you were somebody, you're an athlete, bro. If you made it and you made it to the Olympics, but you just had a bad start out the blocks. And that's just how it was for you. I made it, but I got a bad start out the blocks. Nigga, when you have the resources, the money, the nutritionists, the dietitians, if I look at you in 3 years, G, and you're like, that's who I am. I'm a bad starter. I get out the blocks bad. I'm gonna have a like you didn't get better at that. You didn't work at that.
Yeah.
I
With
get
the
what you're
best
saying.
resources, you didn't work on something.
But
I feel-
you know, sometimes like you got to understand, like for me, like when I play football, like or do anything, like my mentality is a little different than everybody else's. Like I'll like literally die.
And that's the issue. That's
that's
Michael Porter Jr.
yeah.
in a nutshell.
Yeah.
He's not leaving his heart out there on the court. I'm
I
good.
agree with
I'm
that.
good enough with
He ain't
what's
dying.
good enough.
Yeah, like
if
you
it
know-
worked and I splashed 3 threes, 4 threes, but I missed 3, but I have another good game, that's good enough for me.
Well, then you see-
everybody's mentality's not
'cause
like
you
yours.
know-
You see
Yeah,
Aaron
that's what I'm
Gordon,
saying, 'cause you
Aaron
know,
Gordon
like-
out there doing the same, like got hurt.
Yeah,
Should have been out for 2
That's
weeks. He
definitely
said, "I'm
different.
going to play."
You could definitely see the
I'm
difference.
gonna
But I
play.
mean,
yeah. And
So what is the difference?
I'm saying that part right there.
Yeah.
That
Aaron Gordon, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you a tangible difference.
what?
Going from being a bottom 5 free throw shooter on your basketball club
We talked about that
to
too.
the
for sure.
best free throw shooter by percentage on your club in a year.
Who aren't
That's
good free
you
throw
work.
shooters.
That's you being like, hey, I do got a basketball court in my house though.
Yeah.
So I can just, even if nothing else, I can go put up a couple of. But that's
At 2
caring
o'clock
enough
in
to
the
do
morning.
that.
Yeah.
You know, like Mike, you look at it's kind of like the AAU era of niggas.
He's sleep.
Well, the only reason why I say the only reason why I say that about
Yep.
Mike, why I say is like that this might just be who he is this wasn't who he was, I believe, coming in. From what I saw on the highlight tapes, which the highlight tape is the AAU culture, I get it.
Right.
But I think, bro, physically,
When he was at
is
Mizzou?
limited.
Absolutely.
No, way before that.
Physical
yeah.
specimen.
High school.
I mean, Jamarcus Russell was that.
You know what I'm saying?
But Chapman, we can't disregard a back though. He had a whole back injury. Like that limits you.
Yeah,
He had two-
that's crazy.
Yeah.
Because
He had
I've always
2 or
given
3
him-
back
Yes.
surgeries.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had 3.
So I just think that like this is who he is, and I think that's why I was going back to like it's on the GM. Like you know this.
Yeah.
This is who you got.
Yeah, don't
you
pay
got
this-
that
don't pay this
championship out of
dude.
him.
Yeah.
Why'd you re-sign him?
You got to sell high.
Come on.
Sell
Come
high,
on.
bro.
I mean, yeah.
Come
that-
on.
Don't
yeah,
get too
I-
emotional.
yeah.
That's what.
Sell high.
That's exactly what.
But at that
was the
point, you're
market too,
like
though.
I'm thinking like at that point, like you still got potential. Like Michael,
G's right too.
like MPJ, like I
And
was
we're
like,
and
I
it's
was
easy
like
to say
that.
now in hindsight, but you're telling me, nigga, riding down 16th Street Mall when them niggas was on that fire truck, champagne bottles,
Yeah.
beers.
Exactly.
You're telling me that everybody would have been on board with getting rid of MPJ at that time?
No, but that goes back to what
Because you
you're
like,
saying.
like he can probably
That
be the
heartfelt commitment.
best
You know
scorer
what
on
I'm
the
saying?
team.
Yeah.
That's what it goes back to.
Should
Like,
be.
That's
He
when you
definitely
gotta.
should be.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because he's cold when he
feel
wants to
See,
be.
but I'm
feel you.
the same way. Like I'm the same way. Like with Tatum. Like if all the 5 of them, right? All 5 of them, right?
Yeah.
Tatum's not like if there's a loose ball,
Like,
Tatum's not gonna be the first to dive on the court.
duh, he better.
So you're saying that's how you feel about Tatum?
Yeah,
That's how I feel about him too.
yeah. He's not a
that's
dog
crazy.
like that though. To
That's
me,
how I feel.
Shit.
too.
He's good.
He's the AAU light skinned
Come on,
nigga.
man.
No, I'm sorry,
Stop.
light skinned niggas watching this, bro. I fuck with my light skinned niggas, bro.
Hey, y'all be.
I'm sorry, gang, but like
just
Tatum's just not diving. I'm just saying Tatum's not that
He's
dog.
not going to-
He's not
he
that
doesn't-
Hey,
dog.
matter of fact, how many light skinned niggas do dive for basketballs in the NBA? I'm
That's
sorry, but we
crazy.
got to have this
Hey,
talk.
that's a clip.
That's
Russell
crazy.
Westbrook.
You know what I'm saying?
Russell Westbrook.
Hey,
How
he got
many-
dark skin in him.
But I don't even look like. Yeah, he ain't. He ain't like,
I
Like, when you
can't
talking
think
about
of
the
like a
Kings,
lot of
How light? Like TJ McConnell light?
I mean, I'm not pulling out a paper bag, my
talking
nigga,
about
but like,
Dyson Daniels. Dyson
No,
Daniels.
dang. That's actually.
but that's
pretty-
kind of the problem with the Nuggets too.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take it here, fellas.
Remember we said. Yeah.
You can't have 3 light skinned niggas in one starting 5.
No.
Give me some braids. Give me some. I listened to DMX growing up.
gotta-
Jadakiss, Anger.
That's stupid.
Nigga, it was too like everybody got dropped off by their mom at the
Celtics did?
AAU game.
Give me a
The
broken.
Celtics do?
Give me some
Derek
broken
White,
home.
Derek White, Al Horford, Jason Tatum.
Al Horford wasn't a starter. my
Yeah, he
man.
was.
Are
When
you?
y'all-
Is
yes,
he
was.
light skinned dude?
Yeah, he's.
They got Drew though.
It's Porzingis.
They
bro.
have Drew.
Porzingis
didn't play though.
Porzingis. You're saying our starting 5. How you gonna?
But
tell
he
me
didn't
my starting-
play.
You're gonna tell me my starting 5?
Porzingis played.
Yeah.
No, he did. No,
Well, he was hurt too this year.
Yeah,
but
but
I
I'm
think
like,
he's
like,
the
we're
Mavs.
talking about starting 5
Against the Mavs, he was playing.
We're saying
Last
starting.
year.
Yeah.
Then we all went.
Well, when he came back from injury, yeah, you got to think about it though. Look at. We're talking about starting 5.
Yeah.
So you can't
Yeah.
tell me that Porzingis is not a starting 5 in my starting 5.
But Horford would be y'all's power forward, right?
So it'd be Porzingis, Tatum,
light skin,
Jaylen Brown,
dark skin,
Derek White,
light skin. That's 2.
and then Drew Holiday.
Okay. So 2 out of 4.
Now, however, the
Porzingis is like a,
okay. So we're talking about the 2 light skins, right?
Yep.
One light skin dives for the ball
sounds
and breaks
crazy.
his tooth
Facts.
Yep.
That's
from
true.
Colorado.
That's
Yep.
true.
Derek White.
Shout out my
And-
nigga Derek.
Yeah.
Cold.
And one light skin is
Hometown
like,
kid,
and the one
man.
light skin is like,
But in the caveat,
and he's my favorite player.
Jaylen Brown ain't diving on the floor.
Jaylen Brown's a dog, bro.
He's
Jaylen Brown's
not
a
diving
dog,
on the
bro.
floor though. Drew Holiday.
Did you
is.
see what he did against Luka?
I would say Jalen.
What do you mean?
Dog.
He was. What do you mean? He was holding Luka the whole game, and then scoring 2.
But Luka-
he was
Yeah.
the one shooting. He won Eastern Conference.
What was Luka averaging
MVP?
in that finals? 30 what and what?
And he could have been averaging more though.
That's like when LeBron
Was he not going at him?
Now that's crazy.
When Iggy had
take.
LeBron,
he
it's
could,
like,
though.
all
He
right,
could.
yeah, Iggy won the MVP.
You're not
but
going to
LeBron
stop.
had 35,
Okay,
10,
but
and
you're not going
11.
to stop Luka, right? But Jaylen Brown did a good job of containing him, did he not? In those series?
I mean,
So guys,
Did Luka
last
score 30?
finals y'all are talking.
Yeah.
I don't have enough like direct recollection of that 1-to-1 matchup to speak on that, bro.
Yeah, but
I
if you
don't.
look at the percentage, Luka was shooting a lot of shots.
Probably
That's when
bad
Luka
shots.
was exposed
Probably bad
last
shots,
year.
yeah.
Luka was exposed in the finals last year.
I'm just arguing. I'm just arguing my light-skinned brothers. That's all.
Luka was exposed in the finals last year.
Right.
Who do you think it was? Who do you think it was?
The team.
Because it wasn't Tatum.
The team.
It was Brown, though.
And like, gee, y'all fall under the like y'all are in the safe light skin threshold.
Yeah.
We were not.
Yeah.
That's why we lost. Niggas can talk scheme, firing the coach.
We got a
it
lot
was
of-
always about the three
We
light
got a
skin
lot, we
niggas.
got a lot, we got a lot,
Literally.
we got a lot of white guys, too.
I mean, Jokic was our dog too, but our dog
you
was
can
coming off
work
the bench.
like you can work with listen white players sometime over the light skinned NBA players because
I'll
them
take
is
them.
them is the AAU.
The
My
whites,
mom
yeah.
had a Benz and I got dropped off in Gucci slippers to practice light skins.
I'll be honest
No.
with you, and I'm
You
not
know,
trying to be. I'm not trying to sound racist, but them white boys know they're not athletic, so they're hustling every
Facts.
play of
Yeah,
the
but
game.
you don't win-
TJ
you don't-
McConnell,
you don't win
Derek
with whites,
White
though,
is
like that.
a mulatto, right?
Yes.
he hustled.
Yes.
Does he not hustle?
He does. He does.
We love him for that.
But
You don't win with whites, really.
huh?
You don't win with a lot of whites.
Ah.
Look at the Jazz.
Hey, that shit sounded crazy.
The Celtics won. We got Luke Cornett.
We gotta throw that theme
We got
song on that
Sam
shit.
Hauser. We got Peyton
But they don't
Pritchard.
play.
I don't know how. Hey, but Peyton Pritchard are different.
Peyton P.
Yeah.
Jazz was definitely tough, bro. And they had white
They
dudes.
never won.
Jonah Pritch, please.
Stupid.
You know, like Pritchard.
Peyton.
Peyton Pritchard.
Hey, Peyton Pritchard's cool.
I like Pritchard.
Yeah.
Pritchard a buck.
He's okay.
Nah, he's cold. Nah,
He's a bucket.
he's a one-on-one.
Hauser though is
bucket.
the one that surprised the shit out of me this year. I didn't know really he's
Hauser-
the one that be
Hauser
shooting that
be
bitch.
shooting, yeah.
He's
just
a
got hurt.
serial killer too.
Yeah.
That boy.
Yeah, he's gone.
Y'all,
Him and Porzingis.
do y'all see
Drew Holiday.
how y'all feel about the head coaching shit? You know what I'm saying? We can
Denver.
like any of this shit, like period. All the coaches getting like fired. How we feel about Thibodeau? Let's talk about that last one real quick. Was that warranted? Was it necessary?
Nah, gang. Now I don't know. Listen,
It doesn't seem like
And
it.
then
There's-
let's talk about their head coaching search in a second.
like there's a such thing as we fire such and such because we couldn't get over the hump.
Yeah.
But nigga, we couldn't get back to the hump after we fired them. Be careful with doing things like that.
Be careful.
Because you fire a person because you couldn't get past a certain point, but nigga, that next person might not even take you to that point to get over the.
Yeah.
So that's how I feel. And it on the surface, it look bad. They ain't been where they're at in 25 years, dude. That's but
you called it out loud.
I also have a fundamental issue with Thibs' coaching style. I think he runs his players into the ground.
Absolutely.
I think that matters, that
Yeah,
factors
that does,
in.
too.
And so I think that can get you chips, nigga.
Yeah.
Yes, that can get you
Unfortunately-
chips.
unfortunately.
100%.
But he didn't deserve it, like you said, because,
Yeah.
I mean, he made it to the conference finals, right?
Yeah.
So the worst thing he could do next year is make it to the conference finals
Exactly.
again.
Yeah.
If he doesn't, you fire him.
Yeah.
Deserve no, but what do you
You can
do?
see
What do
it
you-
though, huh?
But what do you do with him
Yeah,
now?
exactly.
Yeah.
What do you do? He's not going to get better offensively. You got to do something different.
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't know why they didn't use Cat at all. Like, you know, how they supposed to use it, that whole dribbling the ball out. We talked about that. I mean, but
I mean, oh my gosh.
Yeah, Cat.
but you still got to, but you still, hey.
Like, come on, man. Come on, bro. Live how you live, but I'm just saying, niggas know what the streets be saying about
is your month.
Cat's play style. You're crazy for that. We know, but nah, Cat can be a buck when he wants.
I mean, I feel like
he is a
yeah,
buck.
I feel like
Yeah,
he
he
was,
is.
When you look at their team,
Yep.
I mean, you don't think of Mikal Bridges as a bucket. You think of him as an all-around good player.
I think McHale was crazy.
he's solid all around.
But he was limited in that role.
Yeah.
Do you think of OG as a bucket?
Yes.
You think of him as a bucket?
No,
Or as a
no,
as an
no.
all-around
I think-
defensive player?
All around player in
All
general.
around,
Yeah,
yes.
all-around player.
All around player in general.
That's what I'm saying. So that's Mikal in
15 to 18 for both those two players.
All
so
around
Kel
player.
and OG.
So-
No, but McHale, though, when he was with the Nets, he was putting up some points, bro.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
was.
but he had to.
But I'm not
Exactly.
gonna say I think of
He
him
was,
as a
he
bucket
was.
though.
Okay, but
He can get you 15 to 8. Well, even with the
No,
Suns,
he can get
too.
you, he was averaging like
Even
20
with the
points a game.
Suns.
that goes back to that
I don't
point.
know,
I
G.
just
Do
don't
you
feel
think
like
of
he
him
uses
like that? I
players.
know he did it, but do you think of him like that? Because
Like
I
leading
don't.
a team, right? Not leading a team, but like
No.
Did he average
like,
25 with the Nets?
Like for example,
Or
though,
was it
like
21?
he didn't get it.
20,
He's
21,
not.
22.
He's getting limited
Yeah.
shots.
That's okay.
He doesn't get unlimited shots?
He's not getting all the shots.
No, he's not.
It's solid.
So it's Brunson and
bucket though, right?
Yeah.
and Towns, right? Like I feel like he's not really good in that role.
Bridges?
Yeah, because he's one of like he needs more shots.
He got
he's
that
only graduated.
sideways stupid ass shot, huh?
Well, he needs a legit point guard.
But that's just
I hate
Like
that
when he
shit.
was playing with CP3, that's why I think we were like, oh, he's actually pretty fucking good. And then he had his own time to shine with the Nets because that's all they had. And then you go to ball hog and Brunson. Cat has to demand the ball.
Yeah, and I
now
feel
you
like
don't have,
that.
what do you do off
I
of
feel
that,
like
right?
that wasn't a good like.
No.
Sign.
Not to give up that much capital.
That wasn't a good sign. Like
Yeah.
and you gave up 4 of them for him.
Yeah.
Five.
Five.
Nasty.
But that's what I'm saying. Like,
And he's not even that good to give up 5.
No, he's not.
he's not
Maybe
what you,
2.
He's not what you
Maybe.
needed. He's not what he
That's what I
needed
feel
to
like.
exactly.
2 first rounds.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is with Cat, right? Like that's the next option on. But it's Brunson and then Cat. And
What
like
we got over there, Tone?
Cat didn't even look like. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What's the score?
89-82,
Oh shit.
What's time left?
Pacers?
10-30.
Bro, they're not going to gentleman sweep these guys, are they? Could I have been that wrong?
I got the
nigga?
Pacers.
I have been that wrong.
I got the Pacers winning this series. I said last game and then this game. Did we talk about? Did we talk about the final?
Is that Obi? Obi Toppin. I don't know if
we
he.
did. I think we
I don't know if.
I meant like, did we talk about it like
I don't know
that?
if Obi Toppin got a contract, but if he don't, he's about to get paid this year. He's killing.
Toppin?
Yeah.
Perfect fit.
I like how he,
What y'all think about Rick Carlisle going back to the Pacers? Like,
I think that's crazy.
What you mean back, Brody?
Just in case Rick Carlisle going back to the
PG.
Pacers, that's what Tony was saying.
When Reggie Miller was there,
No
he
way.
was their head coach. Then.
No way.
Didn't he get? Did he leave or did he get fired?
I think he was fired.
Yeah.
No way, gang. I just learned that shit right now.
Circling back.
Damn, nigga, like that's fire. That make this much more fire. I didn't know that.
So let's go back to like the marketing storylines. They're not
You
building
could've
off
done-
the
yeah.
storylines.
Yes.
The coaches, the players.
Yes.
Like Tony just dropped the gym, right? I mean, like, we knew it, but you know what I'm saying? The world don't know that
Yeah.
shit though. You feel me?
There was no
I feel
Reggie.
like
There
they
was
get
no
it- you're
Reggie
right.
Miller interview.
You're right, because these players that are
Reggie
in the
Miller.
Come on.
Why'd you put that outfit on? Shit like that.
Yeah.
What are we talking about?
These players that are in the like the finals right now, like they're like for example like last year like Jaylen Brown's like name rose. I don't feel like any of their names are gonna rise.
This year with the guys in this series,
Maybe obviously a little bit of
I don't think so
Halliburton,
either.
That's crazy. That's a
but
clip.
but it's just like
That's
this,
a- yeah,
right?
yeah.
But he
Yeah.
has to be because he was, and it's not even him, and he played in the Olympics.
Yeah.
He was in the Olympics.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying.
yeah,
I think it stays the same. Yeah, that's true. Because Pascal's name's gonna be the same.
it is. I can't
Really,
think of a
really good
single
player,
person.
just-
and Hallie's hit some huge shots, but
Yeah.
Do you think of Hallie as a superstar now?
No.
Do you think of him as a superstar now?
Superstar?
No.
What
Me
about,
neither.
What
He's-
about,
I don't think that's
star?
changing.
Not even
Star?
top. I don't even not top 15. Maybe not top
No.
20.
you know who I look at
No.
as a star, a potential star?
TJ McConnell.
Nemhard.
No.
Nemhard.
No.
Yes.
Nah.
I look
I
at
like
him as
Nemhard,
Yeah,
but
I
nah.
like
I look
him
at him
too.
as a star.
You want you
Not a superstar.
You know why?
But we didn't. Well, go ahead.
Why he likes him?
Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say like it's just like like one of those local fandom stars. Like
That's what I mean. I don't
you know,
mean like
he's not gonna be a star ever.
Mikal Bridges
Like
was a
Angel
star
Reese.
for the Brooklyn Nets.
Yeah.
Like Angel Reese.
That's crazy.
What?
Are we doing that right
I
now?
don't know.
They're like the
We're
same
gonna
star.
really do that right now? That's crazy.
Hey,
Most
she got-
50, most
that's-
points,
I think
most
she got
rebounds. She's a
500,
star. Yeah,
500,
she's
you know
a
what I'm saying?
star.
Quickest.
But she's a.
Neymar's a
see what
scrapper,
you're saying.
Yeah.
That think that he's like a fan favorite.
Nah, he
That's
will
what
be.
he is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's,
I don't know about-
that's
Yeah.
the most.
'Cause who's
But
a
I see what
Champ,
you're saying
who's a
though.
star?
Who's going to come out?
Who's a star to you?
Who's
right
a
now?
star?
Yeah, who's just a star? Just
well, obviously SGA, right?
no. That's super. I mean, like
Superstar. Okay, superstar.
Yeah,
So
like,
what's
who's
a
a star?
superstar? Somebody said some.
SGA, Anthony Edwards, LeBron, Luka, Steph
Yeah, like,
Curry.
okay,
They
so-
bringing you out. They answer.
Yeah.
So I would
bringing
consider.
me out.
I would
Is
consider.
SGA bringing you out though for sure?
Ant's not a superstar.
Oh, whoa.
What's a
about that.
superstar?
Speak that high up.
Yeah.
What's a
Whoa, whoa,
superstar?
Whoa, whoa.
Y'all gonna get mad at me.
Anthony
again.
Edwards.
Oh man.
And it's
Oh,
not just
shoot.
because I made an Anthony Edwards diss song. Go straight
Oh,
now.
yeah, it is.
Raid out right now. We went crazy. We really did go up. That shit was getting played in the club. And stuff.
Whoa.
Anyways,
I forgot about that. Yep.
I love Ant.
Yep.
Do you?
Ant's not a superstar, gang.
Okay.
He has superstar ceiling, but you're gonna tell me, gang, that I don't know, game after game after game after game, when it matters, you can rely on him to push you through and deliver you through. He is a great player, guys. He can score his ass off. He can go get you 50. But super mega star Anthony Edwards and face of the league like they're trying to make him, no.
Yeah.
Dang, that's
Back-to-back Western Conference Finals. Right.
Oh, I hate when he makes me think about it.
All stars, all NBAs, commercials, Netflix specials with the LeBrons, right? Like
his personality makes him a superstar.
Absolutely.
But sometimes
you say, does it make him a star or a superstar?
His personality can make him a superstar, but I kind of get where Trayce is going, like with the consistency.
I mean, like my nigga, they're like that.
Yeah.
OKC series. I mean, that was never in doubt from the opening tip of the series, guys. Thunder and Wolves.
Yeah,
you should be good enough to be a driving force
every day
at this juncture to go get me 2 games
by yourself.
Yourself.
You got him one.
If you're a superstar.
You're a superstar.
Yeah,
one isn't enough. Go get me 2 at least. It was not even competitive. Who was last year's conference finals? The Mavericks?
And the Timberwolves.
When you had
and the Timberwolves.
a team that was within grasp of you that you could have got at too.
Yep.
I'm not blaming it all on Ant.
Yeah.
But damn, what happened? Like, what happened last year and this year, bro? I don't know. And he can hoop. The dude can hoop.
I know what they have Rudy Gobert on their team. Ain't no offense there.
Rudy Gobert kicked the shorty out the crib this year, huh? With the new.
I didn't hear that. What? What happened?
So he kicked Shorty out. Yep. He actually had the baby last year, my nigga, because I'd mentioned the kid in my diss song. But I didn't diss the kid. But Champ, I didn't diss the kid.
But he caught it straight up?
He caught it straight. I think I said something like Rudy should have stayed really for the kid's sake. Because Rudy was away from the team and going into the Nuggets series and shit, he was away from the team. So I believe that same woman that he had the baby with, you know, it's a year later now, and I don't know, they're having problems, speculation. He caught her doing something. I don't know. That ain't my business. But he kicked her out the crib before the playoffs started this year.
Yeah.
So that happened.
Damn.
He pulled, Who did that back in the gap? It was a hooper that did that back in the, I want to say Irish.
I mean, I guess that's something Jonah would do because they look
out
alike.
the crib, but naked.
Yeah.
That's his doppelganger, so.
I wouldn't do that. Not before the playoffs.
That's crazy. Damn, you do kind of look like Rudy Gang. Damn.
Hey,
that's stupid.
Damn.
And on that note,
oh, that's funny.
we're going to end it right there, man.
Yes,
It's been
sir.
another dope episode, but this
that's
one
good.
right here
Give
is
it
more
up.
special,
Yes,
man.
sir.
Let's give it up
Yeah,
for our
let's
special
go.
Yes,
guest.
sir. Absolutely.
Yeah,
Chapman.
gang. Fire.
Yes, sir.
That was fun, man.
Yeah,
Man,
that
you
was-
got so much dope music. Check him out.
Yep.
We're going to drop all that shit, you feel me? He got a new album coming on the way,
Yes,
92.
Yes, sir.
We're going to bring him back for that one, too.
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Great to bring you into our world, your world, talking this sports shit, you feel me?
And we're gonna drop that. We're gonna drop that diss track so y'all can hear it again
Got to.
too.
Yeah.
This series is like when your mom's like, we got food at home. You asking for like, I want McDonald's, man. We got food at home.
Hey, take us home, man.
Serious.
Take us home, man. What's your name, man? Take us
It's your boy
home.
Lefty.
Hey, it's your boy Champ.
It's your boy G.
This nigga shooting a desert
Stop
eagle.
shooting that shit.
That's a Desert Eagle, heavy ass gun. You have a recoil.
That was a good one.
Oh, that's funny.